It is very clear. Voice is clear.
Clear is sir.
Okay. So good morning to all of you. It's a great pleasure and privilege to extend a very hearty welcome for this a rapid revision class, which I thought of doing it now. And I'm not going to speak more now today. The session will be up to lunch only. I will not take more than that because your exams are tomorrow. And what I'm going to do it now is I'm only talking the bullet points only. I'm taking not more than that because it is a very exhaustive subject. I think you already studied. It is just I'm just bringing some nutshell, the bullet points of each and every topic. Some 20 topics I identified. I'm only talking bullet points only, nothing more than that. Please try to understand. Because this is a rapid revision question and I want to see that at least 1,000 questions I'm going to answer it. 1,000 questions from all the topics together. In up to lunch, I'm going up to 1 or 1:15 maximum. Okay. After lunch, you can start your own preparation. So now I'm starting with the immediate subject. I'm going to talk only the bullet points. Please note that. But listen very attentively because whatever I'm going to discuss today, mostly those questions will come tomorrow also by the grace of God. Okay. So first topic I'm going to talk is KYC, AML and deposits. Number one, KYC guidelines are given under which section? 35A of BR Act. Over. KYC guidelines are given under which section? 35A of BR Act. Number one. Number two, customer is defined under which act? Customer is defined under Customer Policy Act. Customer is defined under which act? Customer is defined under Customer Policy Act. Number three, who is a customer? A customer is one who has got some sort of business relationship with the bank. Okay. Then how many types of customers are there? There are 3 types of customers are there. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1, low risk. Level 2, medium risk. Level 3, high risk. Okay. In low risk, who are coming? Accounts of individuals, accounts of executives, MNCs, executives, illiterate borrowers. They are all coming under low risk. In medium risk, who are coming? Medium risk, blind people are coming. Then blind people are coming. Parda Nation ladies are coming. Then gas dealers, telecom operators, they are all coming under this one. High risk, HNIs, NRIs, gold and bullion dealers, politically exposed persons, accounts of what is called for NGOs receiving funds from abroad, they are all coming under high risk. Now, here the question is, what is the updation of data? If they ask you RBI Act, that is the RBI guidelines, that is section 38, you remember. This question they are going to ask you tomorrow. If RBI master policy guidelines, which section that is? Section 38. Section 38. The low risk, what is the updation of data? Once in 10 years. Medium risk, once in 8 years. And high risk, once in 2 years. This is as per section 38 of RBI Act. Please note down that. Okay. Now, the next question is, what is CKYC and what is eKYC? See, CKYC, the process is to be completed within how many days? They may ask you this question. CKYC, it is a T plus 5 days, banking days, T plus 5 banking days, CKYC over. eKYC, you know, it is based on Aadhaar number. And Aadhaar number always has got 12 digits. IFSC has got 11 digits. PAN has got 10 digits. Your legal entity identifier has got 20 digits. Just and our bank account, Canara Bank account, new account, all 12 digits are there now. Okay, very good. Thereafter, the question is, who is a beneficial owner? In the case of a company, one who contributes 25% towards the profit or capital or both. In the case of a firm or trust, it is a 15% contribution. This is a beneficial owner in the case of company, 25%, and in the case of partnership or trust, it is 15% over. Next question is, KYC records are to be preserved for how many years? It is only 5 years. Remember, underline. KYC records are preserved for 5 years. What is CTR report? Cash transaction report of 10 lakh and above. You have to submit a report 15th of succeeding month. STR report you have to submit even if there is 1 rupee doubt is also there. Within 7 days you have to submit this CTR, STR report over. What is a DIA account? DIA account means online account you have opened. The entire KYC process, due diligence is to be completed within 12 months. If it is not completed within 12 months, you have to refund the money in T plus 2 days over. DIA account, T plus 2 days. So CKYC then over. Then next is very important. What I'm coming to that KYC is there are 4 pillars are there in KYC policy. As per KYC, there are 4 pillars are there. Next question is regarding what do you mean by that is next question is account you are opening. No, In the case of individual, you are opening account, okay. Official valid document is any one of the document you are taking. In a partnership, what is the minimum partners? Minimum 2 and maximum 100 as per Partnership Act, Company Amendment Act. Minimum 2 and maximum 100. You take a copy of partnership deed, letter of partnership, okay. In a private limited, minimum 2 and maximum that is a 200. Private limited. Public company, minimum 7, maximum no restriction. You take copy of MA and a copy of A and board resolution for that. Next, in the case of HUF, head of the family is called as the Karta. His liability is unlimited. In trust, you take a copy of trust deed and registration certificate. In cooperative society, you take rules and bylaws of the society and so on. These are all the account opening part. I talk to you. Now, the next question is, what is money laundering? Section 3, because Money Laundering Act, Prevention of Money Laundering Act has come in the year, that is 2005. There are 3 stages in money laundering. The first one is the placement. One is the layering, and one is a what is called integration. So prevention of money laundering, and if you are caught in money laundering, there is a punishment of 5 lakh plus 7 years imprisonment. If you are caught in narcotics, 10-year punishment is there. Prevention of Money Laundering Act, again you have to record preserve for 5 years only. Remember, 5 years, 5 years. Okay, very clear. The next question will be regarding what is this? What do you mean by preservation of records? This we say I am going to talk as per the BR Act. Remember, EMT register, death claim papers, and staff accountability matters permanently you have to maintain. EMT register, death claim paper, and staff accountability permanently you have to maintain. Then write-off accounts. This was asked for 3 to 4 also. You have to maintain for 10 years from the date of write-off. Unclaimed deposits 20 years after the litigation is over. Okay. Then check physical paid checks you have to maintain for 10 years. And then in the case of counterfeit note, you have to maintain the records for 3 years. Counterfeit note, quota note, counterfeit note. And 15G, 15H, you have to preserve for a period of 7 years. This is what I am going to talk about. The preservation of records are concerned. I talk to you now here. Now I'm going to some deposits. I'll talk SP deposits. You know, SP deposit, the interest is given quarterly. Interest is calculated daily. Average balance either 500 or 1,000 rupees. That's all. SB account joint, minimum 2, maximum any number of individuals. Remember, any number of individual, and nomination is only 1. And up to scale 3, no TOD powers except SP payroll package. And scale 4 and above authorities can permit TOD of how much? 10,000 rupees in SP account. Very clear. And what is inoperative SP account? Which is not, such questions they will ask you in between. Inoperative account means which is not operated for last 2 years. And unclaimed deposit not claimed for last 10 years. And interest slabs, there are 4 slabs are there. Such questions they will ask you in between. 4 slabs are there. Up to 100 crore rupees, that is 2.90. Above 100 crore to 300 crore, 3%. And above 300 crore to 500 crore, 3.05. And above 500 crores, it is how much? 3.20 maximum. 4 slabs are there. This I talked to you here. Here, little bit, I'll talking about something about sweep in and sweep out facility also. Very important now. This question is going to come. Sweep in and sweep out facility. It is done on a Monday. Every Monday it is, and weekly it is done now. And sweep in means you should give a request for that, and minimum balance you have to maintain. If it is employees account, SB account 50,000 rupees. Other than employees account 1 lakh rupees. SB institutions 5 lakh rupees. Current account 5 lakh rupees. This much of balance you should maintain in that. This is a sweep in and sweep out facility that I talk to you now. Now SB account, I'm just telling one more than one, because it's a very fast revision. So SB account junior 10 year and above, if you can open SB junior. SB power plus, average balance 1 lakh you have to maintain. Otherwise there is a penalty of 250 per quarter. SB CanChamp up to less than 11 years, 364 days you can open SB CanChamp. Payroll package, your employees account, 25 accounts you are opening who have completed 1 year of service. And SB payroll package only up to scale 3 they can permit TOD 50% or maximum 50,000 rupees. SB payroll. SB then DIA I told you that is account online account opening. And then SB Jivandhara is meant for your senior citizens, where you can give some 50% what is called locker rent concession you can give to them, SB Jivandhara. And SB Janva is for youngsters, that is a 0 balance. And SB Galaxy is again initial and average balance 0, where 5 lakh pre-accident insurance is given to you. SB Galaxy is concerned. So these are all the products of the savings bank are concerned. Next, I'm coming to FD is concerned, where interest is given simple interest, and minimum period is 7 days, maximum 15 days. But if the FD is 5 lakh and above, it is only for 7 days also you can open. Maximum 12 years, 90% VSL you can take. VSL in cash is that is 20,000 as per IT Act. You can take the loan, you can close before maturity, and renewal you have to do within 14 days. That is there. And next one is the KDR, where the minimum period is 5 months, maximum 120 months. Interest is compounded here quarterly. And SB and KDR, there is the interest is there. TDS is exemption for senior citizens 50,000. General citizens, it is a 40,000 rupees is there. And every year you have to give 15G and 15H for that. So FDR, KDR over. Then comes RD, current account. Average, I told you 1 lakh, and that is 1,000 and 5,000 rupees. You have to average balance, you have to maintain. No interest on that, no restrictions on this one. Current account can be opened by individuals, partnership, proprietorship. Answer is all the above. Sometimes the answer will be all the above, none of the above, any of the above. All these options will be given to you. And current account privilege means average balance how much? 1 lakh you have to maintain. Otherwise, there is a penalty of 1,000 per quarter. Very clear. FDR. Then RD account is concerned. RD account, minimum rupees 15 steps of that. Minimum period 6 months, maximum 120 months. And RD discontinued means what? 4 installments are in default. It is called RD discontinued. And in case of RD account, if the last installment is delayed, the maturity date also gets postponed accordingly. This is RD account. And RD Dhanavarsha, you know, minimum 1 year, maximum 10 year. Minimum 1,000, maximum you can put 1 lakh rupees. 4 installment can be skipped without any penal charges. So RD Dhanavarsha is over. Then the question is can tax saver. Now they are thinking of reducing that period of lock-in period. Now it is 5 years is there. No loan. See this question they will ask you. Can tax saver, how much loan can be given? No VSL on that. Can tax saver is this minimum 100 rupees and maximum 1.5 lakh in according to ATC. And minimum only one period is there, 5 years. No loan can be taken, no close before maturity. And joint account maximum 2 only. Remember it. That is the can tax saver is concerned. No VSL can be given under that. Then NND, new NND is there. That is for a minimum, you can collect 50 rupees and maximum 1,000 rupees per day. 12 months, 39, 63, 12 months, 24, 39, 63. So 12 months, no interest, then 0.5, then 1.5, 2.5. VSL is 75% only. Yes, VSL is 7.5% only, that you remember. And this is NND, RD Dhanavarsha. And then bulk deposit means 2 crore and above. Now, one more question here. Designated branch means a branch which is having a single deposit catch of 10 crore and above is called as, it is called as a designated branch. Remember, 10 crore and above, that is there. Bulk deposit 2 crore and above, I have already talked to you on that. And most important from the examination point of view is, that is Canara Bank's Amrita deposit scheme is going to come, 703/2021. Now, what is this Amrita deposit scheme? This is very important from the examination. It is applicable for less than 2 crores. Very important. Secondly, minimum deposit should be 1 lakh rupees. Rate of interest is 0.15% more than the offer you are giving. 0.15. Now 5.25 means 5.40. This is the question. Yes. And then there is automatic. There is no automatic renewal here. And minimum deposit, I told you 1 lakh, 0.15% extra, and period is 75 months. It is India's 75 years of independence. No automatic renewal. The only difference is 111 scheme is 0.10 extra there. Here it is 0.15. There the period is 1111 days. It is here 75 months. There the minimum deposit is 25,000. Here it is 1 lakh rupees. That both the schemes, there is no automatic renewal. Try to understand. This scheme is for a limited period only. That's over. So these are all important points I have covered under that. So thereafter, I'm going to talk to you something about now priority sector lending. So priority sector lending, I think 3, 4, 5 marks will be there. So there are 8 classification is there in priority sector. A little bit talk on that more, not only from the pure examination past question. So the target for public sector bank is 40% of ENBC or off balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher. For RRBs and small finance bank, it is 75%. And first 8, there are 8 sectors are there coming under priority sector. First one is agriculture. That agriculture target is 18% of ANBC. In that agriculture, again, sub-target will be there for marginal and small farmer. That is 8%, 8, 9, 9.5 and 10. They will put this year also. 8%, 2021, then 21, 28, 9, 9.5 and 10 is there. This is marginal farmer means who is having 1 hectare of land. Small farmer means 2 hectare of land. Oh, very clear. Then agriculture is concerned, which are coming under that. There are 3 things are there. Farm credit is there. In a farm credit, all direct agriculture activities are coming under that. For example, crop loan you are giving, KCC you are giving, all this, and agriculture. And here agriculture produce loan, you remember, it is 50 lakh repayable in 12 months. But there is one question they are going to ask you from the examination. Agriculture produce loan against a negotiable warehouse receipt. This question, if they ask negotiable 75 lakh, please remember it. This question is going to come. So if it is agriculture produce loan 50 lakh, very different. But if it is agriculture produce loan against a negotiable warehouse receipt, Underline the word negotiable warehouse receipt. It is 75 lakh rupees. This question is very important, and it is coming all this. And the loan, this is all coming under that agriculture, direct agriculture, farm credit, it is all coming. Then agriculture infrastructure development, 100 crore per borrower. Agriculture ancillary activities are there. For example, loan to cooperative societies, you are giving 5 crore rupees, it is coming. Then very important in agriculture now, priority is the startup is coming. Startup is also coming in MSME. It is up to 50 crore. Remember, startups is coming under priority. It is 50 crore, whether it is agriculture or MSME. 50 crore startup is also going to come. Loan to cooperative society, it is a 5 crore. Then loan to corporate farmers, it is a 2 crore. And all these are coming under, and agriculture infrastructure development, it is 100 crore per borrower. All these are coming under, and agriculture produce loan against negotiable, it is a 75 lakh. This is all very clear. Then next I'm coming to MSME. In MSME, they will ask you the target for micro, it is 7.5% of ANBC. And Khadi and village industry is included in the micro also. Up to 10 lakh rupees, there is no collateral and nothing is there. And now the definition has also undergone a change. Now here, original investment in plant and machinery, and you have to see the turnover also. Micro, it is a 1 crore and 5 crore. And the small, it is a how much? 10 crore and 50 crore. And medium, it is a 50 crore and a 250 crore. Very clear in that. And up to 50 crore rupees, whatever startup is there, that also comes under priority under MSME. Very clear. Mudra, all these are coming under Mudra. That is the second one. Third one, education loan up to 20 lakh comes under priority sector. Over. Fourth one is the exports. What is the target for exports? 2% of the previous year target or 40 crore limit sanction to the borrower, whichever is higher. 40 crore is important. Exports. Fifth one is the housing finance. Again, if it is a metropolitan cities, project cost shall not exceed 45 lakh and the loan quantum should not exceed 35 lakh. If it is less than 10 lakh, that is non-metropolitan, project cost should not exceed 30 lakh and the loan quantum should not exceed 25 lakh. Then what about repairs of the damaged houses? This question is important. It is a 10 lakh in metropolitan. Other than metropolitan, it is a 6 lakh rupees. And loan given for slum clearance and all that, it is a 10 lakh rupees. And loan to housing companies for on lending, it is now 20 lakh. Please remember, agriculture term loan co-lending is 10 lakh rupees. MSME, it is 20 lakh rupees, comes under priority, co-lending. And here again, housing finance co-lending is again 20 lakh rupees. These are all coming under what I'm talking about this. Next comes your social infrastructure. It is 5 crore per borrower. But if it is Ayushman Bharat, that is tier 2 to society, it is that is a double of that. That is a 10 crore. Renewable energy is a 30 crore per borrower. Others, what is coming? Loan to non-farmers, remember, non-farmers to liquidate their debt up to 1 lakh rupees, it is coming. Village and cottage industries, 1 lakh rupees, it is coming. So PMJDY inbuilt OD, 25,000 is coming. Then loan to self-help group per member, 2 lakh is coming. These are all coming under other, this is others is concerned. If excess is there, you can sell it to other bank. And then there is a size of the participating certificate is how much? 25,000 rupees. And if a shortfall is there, you have to deposit the amount with the NABARD or the CDB, you have to deposit the money. Performance is monitored, it is a quarterly. And this is one important question is that. And one question is very important from examination is circular number 701/2021 is that as per the year 2021-22, as per the priority sector target, the target for non-corporate farmer, they will ask you this question, it is a 12.73%, underline 12.73%. That is the non-corporate farmers target, 12.73%, underline. This is 701/2021. This is all I have covered about priority sector is over. Now I'm going to little bit, I'm talking about the first one is I'm talking about the MSME schemes. Then I'll come to retail and then because this is a year called, this every banks are focusing on RAM. Now retail, agriculture and MSME. First I'll talk on MSME, then I'll come to agriculture and then I'll come to retail. Because these agriculture, retail and MSME, that will give you some 35 or 40 marks questions. I'm telling you, at least 25, 30 marks are very sure about these three topics. 10 marks at least, so you will get. So a lot of changes are happening again. That is a very vast subject again. Now let me talk about MSME first. I will only talk to the point, nothing more than that. Take for example MSME first. MSME Act was passed on which way? 2nd October 2006. MSME Act was passed. MSME covers what? Micro, small and medium. Okay. It covers both manufacturing and service. Okay. Then MSME is concerned up to 10 lakh. There is no collateral security. You know that. And MSME is concerned up to 2 crore credit guarantee coverage is there. How much? 75% or 2 crore. Here I want to add one point. Of course, I'll add it here only. That in the case of, see, whenever you are going for credit guarantee, earlier, the what is called the waiver of legal action was 50,000. Now it is 1 lakh rupees. Underline this word, waiver of legal action. In the case, now it is 1 lakh. Very important is 1 lakh rupees. Underline that way, waiver of legal action, 1 lakh. So in the case of retail trade, it is a 50% or 1 crore only. In SASC scheme, it is how much? It is a 5 crore rupees. This is what I told you about credit guarantee, and and the locking period is 18 months in credit guarantee scheme. So one thing is credit guarantee, you understood. Now, of course, one more circular has come that you were supposed to think that now already I given the loan. I have not credit guarantee, I have not taken. Now after 2 or 3 years, can I take? Yes, now also we can, now they are permitting you. Now also you can take, the circular has come. You can also make again another one. It need not be there at the time of sanction only, we should do it. Even if you have not done it also, subsequently also you can cover under credit guarantee scheme. But the waiver of legal action is 1 lakh rupees. This is how I want to underline that word. And retail trade, it is 50% or 1 crore only coverage. Other than retail trade, MSME, micro, small, how much? 75% or 2 crore rupees. Lock-in period is 18 months is there. This is regarding that. So here I'm talking about, first I'll talk about Mudra. Mudra, you know, that is a Mudra. They will ask you which digital product in Mudra. They will again put this question. Only Shishu, only Mudra. It's a digital lending. Mudra, you underline digital lending. Because there are 3 variants are there, Shishu, Kishore and Tarun. 50,000 Shishu, Kishore is 5 lakh and Tarun is how much? 10 lakh rupees is there. But in that, Shishu is only digitalized now. Digitalized one. So that you please remember it. Digitalized one, Shishu only. That is one. So up to Mudra you can give, Mudra Atithi you can give, Dhaba and all that. That is up to 10 lakh you can give maximum. Term loan you can give, working capital remit you can give under Mudra is concerned. The second part is after Mudra is concerned, it is a small amount I am going because a lot of schemes are there. Please try to understand. So 10,000, 10 lakh is over now. Then I am coming to the up to 1 crore. What is that? Retail trade coverage is there. That's remember like that. And up to 2 crore. Now I am talking about MSME Vijeta. That is exclusively for women borrowers. About 10 lakh to 2 crore exclusively for women borrowers. Term loan working capital can be given. About 10 lakh to 2 crore is MSME Vijeta, women borrowers. Remember. Okay, next is what about MSME 5 crores? Let me speak about those schemes now. One is a doctor's choice. Doctor choice means he must be registered, medical, qualified, homeopathic or Unani or by this one. And a registered practitioner he should be. You can give maximum 5 crore rupees. Out of that, working capital limit, sublimit is only 50 lakh only. This is doctor choice. Repayment of term loan 5 to 7 years. Ambulance purchase, X-ray equipment, you can give doctor choice 5 crore. Next comes MSME Caravan. MSME Caravan is a scheme meant for purchase of new buses and trucks only. But at least minimum new buses, 5 buses and 25 lakh you should give minimum. Maximum 5 crore rupees you can give under that. So here is very important MSME Caravan scheme, 5 crore and 5 crore. I told you about that. The third one is a 10 crore scheme is the Canara Vyapara. That is a 10 crore loan you can give. Earlier it was called Canara Trade, now Canara Vyapara. It is a 10 crore you can give. Then contractor scheme you can give up to how much? You can give up to 10 crore rupees. MSME Dal Mill also you can give 10 crore rupees. Then MSME Vahana purchase of a car and all that, 90% of the road price. New bus only you can, new car only you can give. 25 lakh rupees is limited to the branch. Beyond that, refer to Circle and RO. And then 90% of the road price and 7-year repayment. MSME Vahana is there. So here, but again, MSME, here some changes are happening that I'm going to talk to you. One is the MSME contract, that is the MSME cap. Please remember, MSME cap scheme 617/2021. What are the changes I'm going to talk to you? MSME cap is concerned. Here you remember, if the amount is 2 crore, tomorrow this question is going to come because the changes are there. MSME cap about 10 lakh, minimum about 10 lakh to how much? 20 crore for manufacturing, 10 crore for service. This is the 1 point. And up to 2 crore, 1 valuation only. About 2 crore, 2 valuations, another 2 point. So this is very, very important. MSME cap is concerned. So in MSME cap, if they ask you the question, manufacturing 20 crores, service sector 10 crore, minimum 10 lakh rupees, and up to 2 crore, 1 valuation, about 2 crore, 2 valuations. This is MSME. Of course, the rate of interest also they have subsequently they have reduced it. Then this is the MSME cap is concerned. Next question is 618/2021 MSME GST is concerned. Here about 10 lakh to 5 crore. Please remember, about 10 lakh to 5 crore. One thing. Current ratio should be only 1 only here. It is and here the up to moderate risk you can cover here. Remember, if it is a moderate risk, 100% coverage should be there. That is the security you should take, collateral security. And other than that, 75% collateral security you have to take here. This is about 10 lakh. It is a GST scheme. 75% GST turnover should pass on to this account is concerned. There is a change in GST scheme. There is a change in MSME cap, I told you. And next one is regarding that Stand Up India scheme, what is there earlier. you can give to SC/ST borrowers or a group of the borrowers. About 10 lakh to 1 crore, it is there already. In that earlier, the margin was 25%. Now it is margin is reduced to 15%. And agriculture allied activities can also be financed under a Stand Up India scheme. That is one thing. Second one is another important aspect is 530/2021 SME Sulabh. This is very important from the examination. SME Sulabh means what? Every RO has got one SME Sulabh now. That means up to scale 4 branches, remember, they can sanction MSME loan up to 25 lakh, cut-off limit 25 lakh. About 25 lakh, the proposal should be sanctioned, processed, everything is done by SME Sulabh only, number one. In case of ELVs, headed by AGMs, they can exercise up to their delegation powers. Beyond that, the proposal should come to SME Sulabh only. Here, SME Sulabh, there is a concept is there is a DM concept is there is a AGM concept is there. And once the proposal comes, right from the what is called is receiving the proposal, sanctioning, appraising, everything will be done by SME Sulabh only. Just like RH only, you can say that. This question is very important from the point of examination. SME Sulabh concept that is there. And then there is one more circular 334 is there. That scheme is regarding the two circulars are very important. One is the Canara Jeevan Rekha scheme. Canara Jeevan Rekha scheme is nothing but it is a term loan given for manufacture of oxygen cylinders. You can give respective sanctioning authority give 2 crore rupees and about 2 crore to 5 crore next higher authority can sanction. Here nil processing charges are there. Repayment period is 5 years, including moratorium period of 6 months is there. Up to moderate risk you can cover under this. Up to moderate risk you can cover under this. Canara, what is called a Jeevan Rekha scheme. And repayment period is 5 years, I told you. Canara, and if it is a new customer and 15% margin you have to insist, existing customer margin is nil, only term loan or you can give non-fund based limits only. Up to moderate risk you can cover. Up to 2 crore respective sanctioning authority. About 2 crore to 5 crore next higher authorities. Nil processing charges, only term loan or non-fund based. Here they may confuse you, no working capital here. No working capital, only term loan, manufacturing of oxygen cylinders, you can give it. This is a Canara Jeevan Rekha. Another is Canara Maha Chikitsa scheme, where you can give term loan, working capital and all that. For example, diagnostic laboratories and all that. Here you can give about 10 lakh to 50 crore. Remember, 50 crore loan you can give. Canara Chikitsa scheme is concerned. Yeah, but here processing charges you have to collect and all that. Term loan you can give, working capital, non-fund based, all limits you can extend here. So these are the two schemes. Then some changes have happened. SME Sulabh I talked to you. Then there is SME Sugama is also there. You had a bus Sugama, circular 630/2021. So here you remember, this question is very important, MSME Sugama. So here the question is, term loan you can, working capital, demand loan you can give 5 lakh rupees. And term loan you can give 10 lakh rupees over. And margin is 20%. Margin is 20%. And the rate of interest is RLLR plus 2.50. Margin is 20%. So remember, working capital demand loan is given 5 lakh. Term loan you can give how much? 10 lakh. MSME Sugama 630/2021. So see 630/2021, 530 is a SME Sulabh, Stand Up India scheme, GST changes I have told you. Up to 5 crore you can give now. Then you can also finance under Chikitsa 50 crore rupees. Then Jeevan Rekha 2 crore or 5 crore you can give. Canara MSME cap also I told you 20 crore for manufacturing and 10 crore for service industries. So these are all the changes. And now remember one thing, the working capital limits, OD, OCC limit, tenability for all MSME loan, irrespective of the loan, now it is 1 year only. It is a 1 year only. The tenability is only 1 year only. So this is all, and then emergency line of credit, that is 4.50 lakh crore. This is the fourth phase we are there. We can give up to, of course, 500 crore is a limit sanctioned. That is very important. It should be standard asset on 31/3/2021. Now you can give up to maximum 40% or 200 crore you can give. But emergency line of credit, there is 100% credit guarantee coverage is there. And 31/3/2022, you have to exhaust it. Of course, there is a representation to extend the period also. We have to wait and see for that also. Then travel agency, we can give maximum how much? Because under COVID, these people are all very affected. 10 lakh rupees you can give to travel agency. You can give 1 lakh to the travel guide you can give. And then Atmanirbhar scheme, that is a Swanidhi. First time you can give 10,000, promptly repaid, you can give another 20,000 rupees also you can give. That is the Atmanirbhar scheme, Swanidhi. So all these are important from the, very important from the examination point of view. I am going to cover it. Tenability, working capital, MSME. Then there are three methods of method assessment of working capital are there. One is the turnover method up to 5 crore. Then MPBF is there. Then cash budget about 25 crores are there. So this is all regarding the MSME is concerned. I talked to you. Later on, now I'm coming to the most important part of the another is retail is concerned. You know that minimum 70 marks and interest concession 80 marks, now it is removed. Circular 825 by 2021. That retail grade, now that retail grade gradation has come now. Retail gradation has come now, and considering this only, we are giving the marks now. So that 70 marks and 80 marks is discontinued from 1/1/2022. Circular 825 by 2021 is 22 is concerned. Very important circular 825 by 2021. So 1/1/2022, the minimum scoring marks of 70 or interest concession 80 marks is discontinued now. That is one thing. So retail, regulatory retail means up to 7.5 crore. It is called regulatory retail, 7.5 crore. So retail is concerned now. That is, PSR 71 on retail lending statement you are submitting. And up to 5 lakh rupees, you did not submit any copy of the credit report to RO and all that. And any loan, Canara rent or Canara mortgage, you are sanctioning beyond 5 crore. It is to be sanctioned by the respective GM of the wing only. That is very, very important. So now here in detail, there are 4. I'm little bit talking about some products are there. Take the first one. I'm talking about the clean products. So clean one is only Canara budget personal loan. Here in Canara budget, one circular is there, 97/2021. That as per 97/2021, you can give digital lending here, minimum 10,000, 1 lakh. Very important here. 200 rupees verification charges, CIBIL charges 50 plus GST. So 1 lakh online lending can be done under the Canara personal loan scheme. So this is 97/2021, very important. Now the question is, suppose I'm eligible for 5 lakh, 1 lakh I already taken on lending. So online lending I have taken 1 lakh. What about the remaining 4 lakh? You can come to the branch, give the papers again, loan papers, execute the papers and get remaining 4 lakh. Circular 118/2021. Remaining amount you are eligible, you can take it also, but you have to come. But online lending 1 lakh is only permitted. This question is very important. 97/2021 and circular 118/2021. This is, and now there is one change is there that in Canara budget, now repayment is 84 months. Respect to say, now it was earlier 5 years, now it is 7 years. 84 months. Respective sanctioning authority can permit a repayment period of 84 months under Canara budget loan. Okay, and depending upon the delegated powers, you can sanction the loan 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. Circle can sanction up to circle head 20 times or maximum 10 lakh he can sanction. There are special packages also have been drawn by the BSL people and all that. So Canara budget, you can give OD for the executives of the government officials up to 3 lakh OD can also be given under this scheme. So Canara budget, one thing I changed, whatever I changed, I told you, that is 84 months EMI is there now. And then digital lending is 1 lakh rupees is there. And remaining amount, you can come and draw the branch and all that. That's the one is Canara budget. Depending on the delegate, maximum 10 lakh you can sanction. So Canara budget, teachers loan is concerned up to 6 times or small, medium and large, they can sanction up to 6 times or 2 lakh. Scale 4 and above can sanction 10 times or 3 lakh. Repayment period is 36 months, but that can be relaxed to 48 by the next higher authority. That's a very no change in teachers loan. And third one is the Canara pension is concerned. There are some changes are there, Canara pension. Now, you remember again, here they will confuse you a lot. If it is a defense pensioner again, the age is important. If the age is less than what is called as a 50, he can draw 24 times or 10 lakh he can draw. If the age is 50 to 60, he can draw only how much? 24 times or 8 lakh only. Thereafter, he can draw again 6 lakh only. Like that, these powers are different for defense employees. For ex-pensioners like me, 20 times or 10 lakh you can give me. And there is no processing charges are there. Family pensioners, you can give up to 3 lakh only. So here the repayment period for the ex-pensioners is up to 65 years, 6 years. Above that, how much it is? It is 5 years only. Nil processing charges. That is the Canara pension is concerned. Okay. The next one is very important. Is the examination point of view is that is 653/2021 education loan. Lot of questions are there on this education loan. That is up to education loan. You know that it is up to 4 lakh. There is no security. Above 4 lakh to 7.5 lakh, that is a third party guarantee you have to take. And above 7.50 lakh, you have to take a 100% tangible securities. Circular 89/2021. 100% security you have to take. Whether it is LIC policy or FD of the bank or site, anything, 100% tangible security you have to obtain. 89/2021 circular. Up to 4 lakh. Then, okay, there's one thing. Then there are so many schemes are there in this. One is called as Vidya Shakti, Vidya Sahai. Vidya Sahai loan. You can give maximum 1 lakh rupees only. Remember, this is for the payment of CET fees. Vidya Sahai 1 lakh you can give. Then Vidya Shakti is for the physically challenged people you can give. That is vocational course 1.50 lakh or regular course 7.50 lakh. Then Vidya Turanta is in 48 hours without any collateral security you have to give. If he is studying in Hyderabad or Mohali, 40 lakh. Big centers like Bangalore, 25. Small centers, how much? It is a 20 lakh only. No collateral security, nothing. Then Vidya Jyoti means it's a corporate social responsibility where you are giving a scholarship of how much? Up to SC/ST girls studying meritorious student in government college. 5th, 6th and 7th you are giving 2,500 rupees. And 8th, 9th and 10th you are giving 5,000 rupees. These are the 4 schemes. Education loan is concerned, you remember, if it is a meritorious, if it is a management quota, minimum marks should be how much? General candidate 60, SC/ST 50. If he is staying in a rented agreement, at least 2 years you should complete. Service area norms are not applicable. Suppose if the person has lost his father, he doesn't have any natural guardian, then that can be sanctioned by the circle. This is very important. Circle head only. Circle head only. Then education loan question they will ask you. Suppose a student has gone abroad for pursuing foreign studies. He comes to India. You have to take AOD within 3 months after coming to India. Underline the word 3 months. You have to take the AOD within 3 months after coming to India. Underline that word. Education. And the service area norms are not applicable. More than 1 member of the family also you can finance under this education loan scheme. So this is regarding education loan is concerned. So whatever I told you, that is 653/2021. These are all the clean loans. Now I'm coming to the next one is pledge loans. Take the first one is a Swarna loan. Circular, most important circular from examination is 621/2021. That I'm going to talk now. 621, what I'm going to talk is here, the very important circular is, one is you remember agriculture gold loan. You can give for crop purpose, how much? 10 lakh. Other than crop purpose, 35 lakh. One question. Swarna loan means there are non-priority loan. Minimum how much you can give Swarna? 5,000. Maximum 35 lakh. In Swarna, there are 3 types are there. Swarna demand loan. That is one Swarna loan. Then Swarna Express is there. Swarna OD is there. Swarna OD is tenable for 2 years. Swarna Express is for 6 months. Swarna demand loan is 12 months. All the 3 together, you can give 35 lakh rupees loan. Non-priority gold loan, I'm telling. It's very, very important. And in agriculture gold loan up to 3 lakh rupees, you need not insist for any land records. There is no post-sanction audit is also there. And MSME business purpose, MSME business gold loan, minimum 1 lakh, maximum 35 lakh you can give. See this 35, 35, 35 total together 1 crore 5 lakh you can give. Earlier it was 20, 20, 20. Now it is 35, 35, 35. Very important. 621/2021 circular that I spoke to you. So Swarna loan I told you, okay, non-priority loan is then Canara Cash, you can finance against approved shares only, no physical shares loan, only demand only 20 lakh you can give the loan. You can give either OD or you can give the BSL. Approved shares means 50% margin should be there. That is very important. So OD or you can give OD is tenability to 2 years. And VSL if you give, it is a 5 years you can give. Canara Cash is over. Swarna loan is over. Then now I'm coming to the most important is hypothecation loans. Let me talk. Now hypothecation loan means you are a 4-wheeler. Very important here. A lot of questions are there. See circular circular number 75/2021 and circular number 159/2021 important from the examination. What is that circular 75/2021? I'm telling you now. See, if the agriculturist you are giving the housing loan, no, the 2-year criteria is now it can be relaxed. That is one thing. Then while giving the vehicle loan, suppose car loan and all that, and if your spouse is also there, her income also, if she's a joint borrower, her income can also be added. Number 2. Number 3 is regarding, now try to understand here, now all the proposals regarding the retail proposals I'm now remember in the 4-wheeler, what is the point is there? IT 4-wheeler IT return for salaried is 3 lakh rupees. Non-salaried average 2.50. You can finance again, margin is up to 10 lakh, 10% margin, then about 10 to 25, 15, above 25, 25, 20%, 10, 15, margin is there. Okay. Repayment period is 7 years. Okay. You are financing 1-wheeler, yes, 90%. Okay. Now the question here is who is sanctioning branches mapped to RH? All proposals are to be sanctioned by RH only. Remember one thing. Now the question is, If the branches are having more than 5% NPA, then the proposal is, and if it is mapped to RH, RH cannot sanction. It is to be sanctioned by the RO only. This is very, very important. Number 2. Number 3, wherever branches are mapped to RH, second loan, second, third, fourth loan can be, it is to be sanctioned by RH only. No confusion. But if the branches are not attached to RAH, the only second loan, new car loan, they can only sanction. The rest loans is to be sanctioned by RO only. But in the case of corporate borrowers, corporate vehicles, irrespective whether the branches are mapped to RAH or not, it is sanctioned by RO only. RO only. Very important. And dealer commission, you are giving how much? 1.30, maximum 50,000. And you are giving 50,000 rupees, sir, maximum 1,500 you are giving to that charges you are giving, service. Now it can be interchange is also possible, 700 about 2021. So this is very important question which I don't know. RH is, remember, it is headed by the RH only. That is either DM or AGM is heading RH. And housing loan, he has got 2 crore power. Canara Rent, Canara Mortgage, one educational 1 crore power he has got. And in the absence of RH head, no other can do the sanctioning. It is to be done by the RO only. The powers are given to RO only. Very important. And if the percentage is more than 5%, RO also, RH cannot sanction the loan. Remember, it will be sanctioned by RO only. So a branch is mapped to RH, not mapped to, and most important from the examination is, what is that? Financing the 4-wheeler. Very important. What is that 4-wheeler? Respective sanctioning authority can sanction 40% margin, 15 lakh. RO can sanction 50% margin, 30 lakh. Circle can sanction 50% margin, 50 lakh, 50-50. This is very, very important from the examination. Financing the 4-wheeler. They will ask you maximum finance how much? Maximum finance 50 lakh. That is circle. Minimum 15 lakh. That is the respective sanctioning authority. 15, 30, 50. 3 slabs are there now. Earlier it was only 1 slab. It is now 3 slabs are there. Remember. Now financing 2-wheeler, you know that 80% you are taking, 20% margin. That is you are taking, but your 5-year repayment is there. But old 2-wheeler we are not financing. The question is financing the old 4-wheeler, very important. That is 40% margin or 15 lakh or 50% margin, it is a 30 lakh, 50% margin, 50 lakh. This is very, very important. 5-year repayment period is there. This and one thing is the vehicle should not be older than 3 years. Very important. Last time it was not older than 5 years. Now it is not older than 3 years. Very important. Not vehicle not older than 3 years. Respective sanctioning authority 40% or 15 lakh. RO 50% or 30 lakh. CO 50% or 50 lakh. 3-year-old vehicle, important. So this is what I told you about the vehicle loan changes. I told you, very important. Mapped, not mapped. Corporate vehicles, it is sanctioned by RO only, irrespective whether the branches are mapped or not. If the branches are mapped to RH, if the percentage of NPA is more than 5%, RH cannot sanction the loan. It is sanctioned by RO only. So these are all the changes, delegation of powers. I told you there are 242 RH are there in our country, and they are like what is called processing everything, like the factories only. They are doing everything. So that is one. Now I'm coming to the most important, the mortgage part. I'm coming mortgage loan, housing loan. So housing loan, as you know that that is the age. Age should not exceed repayment should not exceed 30 years or 75 years. And new house and old house we are giving up to 30 lakh 10% margin. About 30 lakh to 75 lakh it is 20% margin. Above 75 lakh old house or new house, 25% margin. That you know it. And LTV ratio also you know that it is 35%, or if it is less than 80%, that is a 35%, or it is more than 80, it is a 50% LTV ratio. Repayment period, I told you 30 years maximum we can. Repairs of the house you can give how much? 75% or maximum 15 lakh you can give. And what is the service? It should be completed at least 2 years. In business, it is at least 3 years should be there. IT return you are taking. Then field credit investigation you are doing by RH through these vetting agencies are there. But here the question is, whatever vetting agencies are giving report, 10% ROS, that RH has to verify 10% vetting agencies report. Now the repayment holiday is concerned, you know that if the flat or house is ready, 2 months. If the flat is under construction, 36 months. If the house is under construction, how much? It is at 24 months. Repayment holiday, I told you. Under construction, ready, this is also I told you. That Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme is also available. Subsidy scheme is also available. That is to the borrowers who have taken housing loan is there. And housing loan is given to agriculturists. How much? 5 acres of irrigated land or 10 acres of dry land. 4 lakh income should be there. And most important is the 2 years of dealing with the bank is now it is relaxed. And repayment is linked to the harvest season. Age repayment should not exceed 30 years or age should not exceed 75 years. Now housing loan, one more guidelines have come. If the entry age is 70 years, if the entry age is more than 70 and the repayment is starting above 75, try to understand. Or if the entry age is more than 60 and the repayment starts above 75, then you have to take the legal hairs also, and the proposal is sanctioned by RH only. It is to be sanctioned by RH only. Legal hairs is very, very important you have to take here. This is one guidelines have come now. RH should sanction such loans also. If the repayment period goes beyond 70 years or beyond 75 years, repayment and legal hairs you have to take along with the borrower, and RH should sanction the proposal. This is very, very important. I told you about that. And now in the case of education loan, one more, that is, the tuition fee should not exceed 10-20%, all that capitation. See the purchase of computer, all those, it should not exceed 10%. Or, that is, now it is relaxed. 20% also it is up to 20% you can go, but relaxation is permitted. Now again, I am coming to that. This is regarding housing loan is concerned. You can give to NRIs also. Age is 21 to 60 years. 4-year income you can give under that. If he has given flat under construction, next higher permission, or you have to take permission for that. And repayment again, it should not exceed 30 years, I told you. And 2 years NRI status should be there. 1 year confirmed service should be there. NRIs you can give the loan, okay. Agriculturists you can give the loan, okay. And now you can come, another is a housing loan to corporates you can give. That is minimum how much? 50 lakh, maximum no limit. But repayment period is how much? 15 years only. That is guest house and all that construction purpose. Housing loan to corporates you can give. Then you can give under Canara site. This is the only loan purchase of site only you are giving. Government site or private site you are giving. Private site 50% margin is there, and government side 30% is there. Small branches do not have the delegation of powers. You can give the loan, 20% margin is there. Repayment period is 10 years, you can give the loan. And repayment holiday is 3 months is there. Canara site scheme is there. Next, you can give another home loan to, then you can give housing loan to improvement, home loan improvement. So home loan improvement, branch is not attached to, of course, branch is 15 lakh. Then thereafter you can 5 lakh, 15 lakh, and you can give above that also. So that is the purchase of what is called as equipments and all that, and installation of the electric installations, refrigerator, a furnishing purpose, you can give under that. So that is the Canara, what is called as a home loan improvement. Then home loan plus also you get top up loan, you can give up to 25 lakh. So home loan plus and home loan improvement, they are going together. And these are home loan, top up loan, 25 lakh you can give. And Canara site, I told you. Then home loan, then that is the one more is the Canara Kutira scheme is there. If here the income is very important, up to, if the income is 1 lakh, you can give 5 lakh. If the income is above 1 lakh to 3 lakh, you can give 10 lakh. There are only 2 steps, 5 lakh and 10 lakh. Canara Kutira scheme. Then rainwater harvester scheme, 75% you can finance. Maximum you can give 1,85,000 depending on the square feet. If it is 1,500 square feet, 57,700, then 57,000, then 73,200, then like that 85,000, like that you can give up to this. So that is a rainwater harvester is. That is also there. Then Canara mortgage is concerned, you can give how much? 50% margin. Maximum 10 crore you can give Canara mortgage. And repayment period is here 10 year respective sanctioning authority, 12 years by RO, 15 year by circle. 10, 12, 15. Minimum documentation charges are there, 1,000, maximum 25,000 rupees. Canara rent, that Canara mortgage is given to individual only for personal purpose. Net take home should be 20% or 20,000 rupees should be there. This is the important scheme I'm telling you. Canara mortgage is concerned. Then Canara rent up to individual, you can give 5 crore rupees. 75% of the rental receivables you can finance. And the 10-year repayment you can give. That is up to 5 crore you can give to individual. Other than individual, you can give up to 15 year also repayment you can give to the corporates and all that. That is then housing, then Canara rent or Canara mortgage above 5 crore, it is to be sanctioned by the respective GM of the respective wings are concerned. This is a very important Canara mortgage. Then I told you about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, where only now 2 covers are there: economical weaker and lower income group. You are covering. Subsidy is available, 6.5. Then MIG 1, MIG 2, and all that. By 2022, it is there. So this is a most thrust is there on Government of India under this scheme and all that. So rainwater. Then another is it is a CASA linked housing loan special. This one you can give. So minimum 20 lakh rupees should be there, and the repayment period should not exceed 30 years maximum or 75 years. It is linked to CASA. Every day from CASA you draw the balance and all that. That is under super gain scheme is also there. Then you can also do your insurance with HSBC choice. 100% you can do your insurance. That is a one-time top-up loan bank is giving to that. Okay, that is also kind of smart is there also. So these are all the overall products I have covered. And the products are covered our retail. And but one question is retail is very, very important. Now these questions are financing old four-wheeler, branches mapped, not mapped, financing second, fourth, third, all those things. Then digital lending, that is, they will ask you. Education loan, they may ask you 1 or 2 questions. Then Swarna loan has undergone a change. They may ask you some questions, 35 lakh. It was earlier 20 lakh. So then you can just think about this Canara mortgage. There is, of course, 10 crore is there. Canara rent is there. These are non-priority loans are there. Then housing loan is there. Home loan improvement is there. Home loan plus is there. Then housing loan to agriculture is 2-year relaxation. NRIs is there. So like that, then solar loan also you are giving that subsidy is available individually. So then home loan, housing loan comes solar, you can give 20 lakh rupees. 10 lakh you can give, repayment period is 20 years. So these are all the various products of the, and everything is put under LAPS package, whether it is agriculture or staff loans or MSME loan, retail, it is put under LAPS package only. And all our housing loans, the rate of interest is now 6.65 is there. Canara Bank RLLR is now 6.90 is there. And our MCLR, 1-year MCLR is 7.35 is there. So, and our short-term lending rate is how much? It is a 4% is there, because repo rate is a 4%. Reverse repo rate is 3.35. CRR is 4%. SLR is 18%. Bank rate is 4.25 is there. So these are all, there is no change in the monetary policy of RBI also. This also, I talked to you about that. And so we should remember that. Then at present, they may ask you which bank is having the lowest home loan rate in public sector. Bank of Maharashtra is there, 6.40 they are having. And ours is 6.65 is there, of course. So each bank is doing their best to attract the customers. And the processing charges are also waived also under this scheme is there. And housing loan, you are giving dealer commission, housing builder also you are giving. So a lot of tie-up you have to make with the builders and all that. Lot of retail camps are to be conducted. And the NPA percentage is slowly, it is increasing, but it is not alarming and all that. And COVID affected period also, we are given up to 5 lakh rupees for those housing loan and vehicle loan customers who are regular and who are COVID affected, up to 5 lakh rupees also, we are given them loan also. So in other words, we are doing extremely well. This is all the retail hubs, retail. So I talked to you about that. So now I am coming to the another important aspect is the agriculture. As you said again, agriculture is 18% of the ENBC. In that sub-target is a small and marginal, I told you 8.5, 9 and 10. Weaker section, it is a 10, 10.5, 11 and 12 is concerned, very clear. In agriculture now, first I'll ask you some schemes I'll go to put. First, you remember in agriculture up to 1.60 lakh, there is no security, no collateral, no, that is no margin. Above 1.60 lakh only you have to take collateral security and all that. That is one. In agri-business clinic up to 5 lakh, there is no collateral security. Agri-business clinic. Then in agriculture loan, the only one return you are sending a PSR 29 every year, June last. And only non-priority agriculture loan is a estate purchase where 50% margin is stipulated. In agriculture loan, up to 25,000, no processing charges, no display of board. And above 25,000, there is no processing charges, that is no penal interest. Above 25,000 to 2 lakh, 1% penal interest, and above 2 lakh, 2% penal interest. Okay. And agriculture loan individual up to 50,000, you should not insist any bills and vouchers. And agri-business in a development loan up to 2 lakh, you should not insist any bills and vouchers. And business in agriculture development loan up to 1 crore reimbursement is permitted. And then valuation of property, agriculture property, what is the AEO promoting managers, they can do 30 lakh. Other non-AEO promoting managers, 20 lakh valuation. And regarding the valuation, if the structure is there, once in 3 years. If structure is not there, once in 5 years. Then there is agriculture innovation center is there. New borrowers 300 lakh, existing borrower 150 lakh. That is the project appraisal is concerned. PI, PR is there 50 lakh and above. You are taking quarterly PI, PR report. Periodical inspection report you are taking. Okay. Now in agriculture loan, let me talk about some of the important schemes. One is agriculture gold loan. Here more important questions are there. Agriculture gold loan repayment period is how much? 12 months. No interest subvention is available. Okay. Minimum amount you can give 500, maximum you can give crop purpose 10 lakh. Other than crop purpose, you can give 35 lakh. Very clear. Up to 3 lakh, no land records have to be insisted. Okay. And in respect of small and marginal farmer, processing charges are nil up to 3 lakh rupees. Okay. Then agriculture gold loan is concerned, the value appraisal charges have undergone a change now. How much? It is again 3 slabs are there. You have to remember up to 5 lakh, 5 to 20 lakh, 20 to 35 lakh. Up to 5 lakh, there is no change. That is 0.50 paise per 100, maximum 200 rupees. Next is 0.50, maximum 200 rupees. Then last one, it is a 200, 300, 500 rupees, not 400. 200, 300, 500 rupees. Maximum appraisal charges. Over. Reappraisal charges how much? 0.15%. 0.15 paise per 100, maximum 50. Then 100, then 150 rupees. Maximum reappraisal charges 150. Appraisal charges are how much? 500 rupees. Because there are now 3 slabs are there. Up to 5 lakh, 5 to 20 lakh, 20 to 35 lakh. Very clear. Crop purpose maximum 20 lakh. Up to 3 lakh for gold loan, no land records are to be insisted. No post harvest, that is a post harvesting monitoring is also not there in this. Okay. What about the jewel appraiser age? 30 to 60 years. He is appointed for a period of 3 years, another 3-year extension. He is appointed by RO is concerned. Okay. Whenever he takes some outstation worker, you have to give him the TA and all that. TA and allowance you have to go. One thing. And here is a very important in agriculture gold loan. Agriculture gold loan, I had talked to you. No interest subvention is there. And the second part, now again, agriculture gold loan is again, I'm telling you that you are doing that auction of the gold loan is also permitted. Auction of agriculture gold loan, 4th Friday. And at least 90% you should get that amount, reserve amount, you should get it. 25,000 party has to deposit the money, security deposit. Computer Services Limited has undertaken this work now. And then we are auction, we are doing the auction. So auction. Then reappraisal when you are doing, wherever spurious gold loans are found, contents, or in the case of during the inspection is going on, or wherever the services have been terminated, you are doing the fresh this one. Suppose now the question, now gold loan. Now here very important is agriculture. Suppose if the agriculture gold loan packets are lost, who can permit that? It is permitted by the circle head only. That is one thing to the customer, whoever lost the golds and all that. So agriculture is concerned on agriculture gold loan. Agriculture produce loan, I already told you, you can give 50 lakh maximum, but because some frauds have happened, now branch in charge, they can give only how much? 10 lakh only, provided NPA percentage is more than less than 5%. Otherwise, no, only 10 lakh only powers to the branch. That's all. Agriculture produce loan is concerned, I'm telling you now. Second scheme. The third scheme is that is a KCC. Now online it is permitted, circular 46/2021. Online you can apply for gold loan. Online renewal of KCC can be done. KCC renewal, usually it is working capital you are giving for 5 years. And once you decide the requirement, it is for 5 years only you require it. Term loan you are giving for 5 lakh, 5 years only. And here the subsidy you are getting 2%, 3% additional for the prompt payment also. So here very important. Online is also possible now. Online KCC renewal. And now gold loan is concerned, nomination is also permitted now. Why? What is the purpose of nomination permitted? Suppose if I close the loan, if the party has deceased, I can get back the ornaments immediately because nomination is there. That's the purpose of that. So this is very, very important about agriculture, what I told you, gold loan and all that, KCC, revised KCC, agriculture produce loan. Now let me talk something about what is called as agriculture Kisan OD. Kisan OD, now one change is there here. Now the tenability is 1 year only. Remember, it was earlier 3 years, now tenability is 1 year only. Kisan OD 4-year annual income you are taking. And here the question here is, if the recovery percentage is more than 90, you can give minimum 1 lakh, maximum 12.50 lakh. If the recovery percentage is less than 90, minimum 1 lakh, maximum 7.50 lakh. But OD tenability is only 1 year only. Remember, 200% security you have to take. This is given for working capital purpose only. And here 2 lakh outside borrowing can be cleared. It was earlier 1 lakh, now 2 lakh. Outside borrowing can be cleared. Kisan OD is given for 1 year tenability. 2 lakh outside borrowing can be cleared here. 200% security you have to take. Next one is ALLHV. ALLHV means what? It doesn't include car. Okay. And 15 acres of irrigated land should be there. Perennial land should be there. If it is a light vehicle, 10% margin. If it is a very heavy vehicle, it is a 25% margin is there. Repayment period is a 5 years. So that is ALLHV. Then one custom support is also there. Hiring, supposing that I want a term loan to purchase a machinery for hiring purpose, custom unit hiring, minimum 2 lakh, maximum 50 lakh can be given. And then what about this, what is called land purchase? This land purchase target group is only marginal and small farmer. Maximum loan you can give 10 lakh. Margin is a 20% margin. Repayment 5 to 7 years. Remember, land purchase 10 lakh only. Next one is agriculture farmhouse. What is the change is there in this? In agriculture farmhouse, one change is there. You give any amount, it comes under priority now. It was earlier 20 lakh, now removed. Agriculture farmhouse, irrespective of the amount, it comes under priority sector. Agriculture farmhouse. Now, one more question they asked last time is 151 about 2021 high risk proposals. 151 about 2021. High risk proposals, if there is high risk proposals are there, up to 10 lakh branch can sanction. About 10 lakh to 25 lakh RO can sanction. About 25 lakh circle can sanction. High risk proposals. Circular number I told you 151 about 2021. Then one more scheme is there called as a Kusuma scheme is there, where the repayment period is how much? 15 year. Kusuma scheme is there. Then one more scheme has come regarding infrastructure fund is concerned. Agriculture infrastructure fund means suppose an individual, he can invest in 25 projects in different places. And for each project, there is a capital subsidy available of 2 crore rupees. 2 crore. Remember, 25 projects he can invest in different places. And the capital subsidy per project is how much? 2 crore rupees. Agriculture infrastructure fund is concerned. Then agriculture consumption, you can give maximum 15,000 rupees loan, repayment in 36 months. Agriculture consumption loan also you can give. Then suppose if the crops are damaged, of course, Fasal Bima Yojana is continued. If the damage of crops is there because of natural calamities, if the damage is 33%, no restructuring. If the damage is above 33 to 50%, a 2-year restructuring. If the damage is above 50%, 5-year restructuring. 5-year restructuring. Then land purchase, I told you. Then financing of the tractor, you can give 3, that is 6 acres of irrigated land or 12 acres of dry land. You can finance. Then power tiller, 3 acres of irrigated land or 6 acres of dry land, you can finance. All purpose agriculture term loan, you can give how much maximum? 20 lakh. Repayment period is 9 years, you can give. All purpose agriculture term loan, you can give. Then micro credit means individually you can give 50,000 rupees loan, micro credit. And if they are in rural places in a group, you can give 5 lakh. Other than in a rural and semi-urban, you can give 2.50 lakh micro credit you can give. In agriculture, you can give self-help group also you can finance. And you can finance joint liability group up to, joint liability group means 4 to 10 members will be there. Self-help group means 10 to 20 members will be there. Then you can give fisherman also, you can give loan, minimum 10,000, maximum 1 lakh. Fisherwoman, you can give 5,000, minimum, maximum 50,000. In a group, you can give maximum 50,000 to 5 lakh you can give. So this is all a fisherman you can give. You can give for the deep sea fishing also you can give. Estate purchase is the only loan where 50% margin is stipulated. It is a non-priority loan. And agriculture food processing, you can give 100 crore per borrower you can give. And whatever this biogas and all that, they are all coming under agriculture only. That is a farm credit they are coming. So Kusuma scheme is also important that I told you. So one more is this is agriculture is concerned, which I got to cover you almost. Deep sea fishing is there. Then agri-business clinic, individual unit is a 20 lakh maximum. This is up to 100 lakh you can give under that. Agri-business clinic is there. So almost I have covered about this agriculture is concerned. Because retail, agriculture, MSME together, some 30 marks are going to come. And later on, I'm going to talk to you something about what. And important is one question they may ask you about the development loan. They ask you, I think. Suppose if the leasehold rights are not mortgaged to the bank, if the leasehold rights are not mortgaged, the value of security should be 200%. Questions are very easy, remember, especially agriculture and all that. Then the next part, I'm going to talk to you something about foreign exchange. Only 8 to 10 marks will be there. Can you listen now? Now, NRI is defined under which act? Indian Finance Act. Okay. NRI is defined under Indian Finance Act. NRI means we have gone abroad for 182 days or more in a financial year. For example, an employee deputed to a London branch for 3 years is an NRI. If I gone to touristed for 3 days, I am not an NRI. So NRI account you have to open is NRI FDR, minimum 1 year, maximum 10 years you have to open. And VSL can be taken how much? 90%. It can be closed before maturity, but if it is closed within 1 year, no interest. NRI deposit closed within 1 year, no interest. Automatic renewal only once only. But suppose think that you are renewed the deposit beyond 14 days, okay, then again fresh deposit you have to do it. So NRE, the advantages are interest is fully exempted from income tax. And wealth tax, it is fully exempted. 1 year minimum and maximum, how much? 10 year. NRE funds are freely repatriable. Interest is fully exempted. And NRE, no cash is accepted. Funds should come from abroad only. And NRO means it is a local purpose where tax is deducted. Cash can be accepted in NRO. All your local debits and local credits are subject to NRO account. From NRO to NRE, you can transfer $1 million per financial year. And NRO, there is a tax is there. 30% tax is there. Cash can be accepted. You can do domestic deposit, everything. And the next one is FCNR deposit. It is only in convertible currencies you have to open. FDR, KDR only. FCNR, FDR, KDR, minimum 1 year, maximum 5 year. And the rate of interest is now linked to LIBOR, but with effect from 1/1/2022, LIBOR is also replaced by alternate reference rate. Goodbye to LIBOR. Now it is replaced by alternate reference rate. FCNR deposit, you remember one thing is there. If you renew within 14 days, it's okay. If you again automatic renewal only once only. If it is closed within a year, no interest is there. But one thing you remember in FCNR, suppose think that you opened for 3 years and you have closed in 2 years, means 1 year already over. Then there is no pre-penalty of 0.5%. There is no pre-penalty. There is no pre-penalty. Whatever rate, whatever the period run, only you give without pre-penalty. There is no pre-penalty here. Remember, after 1 year, but before the 2 years, there is no pre-penalty. But in NRE term deposit, there is a pre-penalty of 1% is there. In FCNR, it is not there. In FCNR, the exchange risk is borne by individual bank. You remember. So foreign currency non-resident deposit, very important here. It is linked to LIBOR. Now the rate is replaced with the alternate reference rate. So FCNR is only FDR, KDR only. No SP, no RD. Minimum 1 year, maximum 5 year. Here exchange risk is borne by individual bank. Only convertible currencies it is accepted. NRE, NRO, NRO local purpose, NRE external, FCNR foreign. These are the 3 accounts. Now NRI coming to India for permanent settlement. He is retired. Now which account you are opening? RFC account. RFC. NRI coming to India for permanent settlement, RFC account you have to open. Resident foreign currency. Very clear. Now RFC account again, if you want to open an FDR for 7 days, minimum deposit should be minimum $250,000 or equivalent. Otherwise 1 month you can open FCNR. That is a RFC account. Then RFC domestic means what? A resident, for example, Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan, they have gone abroad. They give some cultural program. They get some honorarium. Am I right? This honorarium, which account they are crediting? RFC domestic. They are resident only. So RFC means permanent settlement. RFC domestic. D means dance, you remember. RFC domestic is current account you are opening. That's all. They are resident only. RFC D, domestic. Next one is EFC account, is exchange earner foreign currency. Here only current account you have to open. This account is meant for exporters. 100% export profits realized is to be credited to this account. 100%. So they are asking you 5 questions on this only. First question, NRE, FDR, KDR, 1 year, 10 year. FCNR, FDR, KDR, 1 year and 5 year. NRI coming to India for permanent settlement, RFC. A resident individual who gets some honorarium abroad, RFC domestic. EFC account is meant for exporters. In RFC domestic and EFC account, we are opening current account without any interest. In NRE and NRO, in NRE and FCNR, funds are freely repatriable. NRO interest is taxable. In RFC term deposit, if you want to make for 7 days, minimum deposit should be 250,000 equivalent. This is very important. So they are asking these questions to you. Okay. Now the next question will be, export documents are to be submitted within how many calendar days after the shipment? It is a 21 calendar days, underline. You have to submit within 21 days calendar days. You have to submit the export document. Underline 21 days. The time limit for examining, rejecting the bank document under LC, 5 banking days. 5 banking days. What is letter of credit? LC deals in document but not in goods. What are the types of LCs? One is called as a clean LC. One is a documentary LC. One is a transferable LC, means LC can be transferred only once only, underline. One is a what is red clause LC, where there is a clause for pre-shipment advance. One is called as a green clause LC, where the wordings are warehouse to warehouse. And back-to-back LC means where you are the supplier as well you are the buyer of the goods. Back-to-back means there are two contracts are involved. These are the types of LCs. And LC deals in document but not in goods. The bank which is opening LC is called as LC opening bank. That is usually importer bank. LC advising is it may be our London branch LC advising. One bank which is confirming the LC is confirming bank. The bank which is negotiating LC, that is making payment to the beneficiary abroad, is called as a negotiating bank. The bank which is making correspondent is called correspondent bank. Very clear. And all LCs all over the world are governed by UCP 600. There are 39 standard articles are there. UCP 600 contains 39 standard articles all over the world. Now, reduction in export invoice value is maximum how much you can reduce the invoice value, 25%. Maximum undrawn balance, how much? It is at 10%. Import exporter code number is allotted by whom? DGFT, Director of General Foreign Trade. All foreign exchange transactions in India authorized, they are governed by FEMA Act 2000. An importer can receive the bill directly, how much? 3 lakh US dollar. Then pre-shipment credit is given at what? At a very concessional rate up to 270 days you can give. At very concessional rate for export purpose. Pre-shipment loan can be given either in Indian rupees or it can be given in a foreign currency also. If you are giving in foreign currency, that is a pre-shipment credit in foreign currency, maximum period allowed is 360 days. So pre-shipment you are giving, then after the pre-shipment loan is given by way of OD or OCC or KCC. So you have to give the stock statement, 25% margin you have to bring. Stock is hypothecated. And the facility is given for procure of raw materials. And the raw materials you are converting into finished goods. Now you are discounting the bills. That is called the post-shipment finance. So through post-shipment finance, this pre-shipment liability is to be liquidated. Now the question is export settlement within how many days? How many months? 9 months. Import settlement, 6 months. If the warehouse is set up outside India, 15 months. Very clear. Export settlement, 9 months. Import settlement, 6 months. Warehouse set up outside India, how many months? It is a 15 months. Duty drawback entitlement, a kind of subsidy available for 90 days. Then the question is, what is high C sales? This is very important from examination. High C sales means, supposing that I am an importer. I am an importer. I imported the goods from China. And my destination, final destination, receiving the goods is Bombay Harbor. But before the goods reach the Bombay Harbor, I have diverted the goods. Means I have sold the goods to a local party here in Bombay only. And I made some profit. This is called as high C sales. Here the contract, my original contract remains the same. There is no change. But what I did, I have diverted the goods here to make some profit. This is called as high C sales. Very important. HO memo number of Forex memo is there, 71/2021. Then Forex memo is there, 64/2021. What is that? That is mercantile trade transactions, means which is not reaching the domestic area tariff, it is called. So all mercantile trade transactions you have to complete it in 9 months. And the foreign exchange embargo is within 4 months. It's very important. Mercantile trade transaction, 9 months. And the embargo should be within 4 months. It should be within 4 months you have to make the payment. That's the meaning of that. Then very important from the examination point of view. That is the 606 and 611 bar circular. What is that 606? Supposing that you are receiving money from the foreign donor as an NGO, you have to get a prior approval of Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs. Then all Indian LCC in India, remember, they are advised through SMMS, underline word SMMS, Structured Financial Messaging System. Very important. All inland LCs are advised routed through SMMS, circular number 611/2021. Very important. Then, supposing that you have booked a forward contract, then on the due date you have to give instructions either for renewal or for cancellation. Suppose neither you are given instructions for renewal nor you are given instructions for cancellation. Then very important, automatically on the 3rd working day, underline, on the 3rd working day, the forward exchange contract gets cancelled. On the 3rd working day, underline the word, this question is very important. It will get cancelled. Then the next question is how much cash I can carry abroad? 25,000 INR. What about foreign currency? If it is Egypt and Libya, 5,000 US dollar. If it is USSR countries, 250,000 US dollar. Other than those countries, 3,000 US dollar I can carry. Now that RuPay card is accepted outside India, where Bhutan, Singapore, South Korea, then these countries it is accepted. Now, if you have drawn a financial transaction there, you are 200 plus GST you have to pay. Otherwise, 50 plus GST non-financial transaction. This question is important. Then international travel card, now it is accepted in 3 currencies only. It was originally 7, now it is 3. Validity period is 5 years only. Now all foreign exchange transactions are centralized now. All foreign exchange transactions are centralized now. And the what is called as a Lloyd certificate, which is certifying the seaworthiness of the ship. And insurance, you should always do 110% of the CIF value. Cost, insurance, freight. 110% of CIF value, you have to do that. Now the question is, if the LC is a due on Sunday, when you make the payment, you will make the payment on Monday. Very clear. If the bill of exchange or the use-on bill of exchange is due on Sunday, when you make the payment, preceding day, Saturday. But if the what is called as your bill, if it is if the LC is expiring on a last working day, but later on declared if it is a Bandh day, you cannot negotiate. You cannot negotiate. Very important. You cannot negotiate. So these are something. Now the question is, suppose A imported goods from B. The goods are defective. Now he informs the bank, I will not make the payment. You also don't make. What is your stand? See, one thing you remember, LC deals in document, I told you. Here the goods are defective, is it not? The bank is not concerned. We have to honor the LC. We have to honor the LC. We have to make the payment of LC. So that is very. Then unspent foreign currency beyond 2,000, you have to surrender within how many days? 180 days. Up to 2,000 you can retain. Beyond that, you can surrender within 180 days. There is unspent foreign currency or traveler checks. Foreign coin, you can retain any amount you can retain. Then where you are applying this TT buying and TT selling, wherever inward foreign exchange is involved, wherever inward foreign exchange is coming into India, debit what comes in, you have to apply the buying rate. If the foreign exchange is going outside the country, you have to apply the selling rate. Then again, 4 rates are coming. One is a ready rate. One is a TOM, means tomorrow. Ready rate means same day. TOM means tomorrow, one more day. One more day is a spot. One more day is a forward. Remember, ready rate means delivery payment will be made on the same day. Ready. T plus 0. T plus 1 is a TOM, tomorrow. T plus 2 is a spot. Again, like that, forward rate will be there. These are the 4 rails. Buying rate, selling rate. Then I told you about the 100 insurance, pre-shipment, post-shipment. Then there are certain trades are coming. External commercial borrowing. What is that? External commercial borrowing means you are raising the funds from abroad because the rate of interest are very competitive. These are the loans raised by the corporates. For what purpose they are raising? For raising for some infrastructure development on all the projects they have undertaken in India. So it may be approved route, it may be automatic route. Automatic route, there is no limit. But approved route, minimum $20 million you have to raise, maximum $750 million. This is, but and the minimum maturity period should be 3 years. In the case of foreign country, this one, ECB, external minimum maturity period should be 3 years. Minimum 20 million, maximum 750, you can go for that. This is one thing. Then there is one more question, buyer's credit and supplier's credit. What is that? Buyer's credit, supplier credit, buyer's credit means supposing that I'm an importer, I have to make you the payment, is it not? Suppose if I am not in a position to make the payment from India, that's something I will make arrangement to make the funds from foreign, through my foreign lending agencies, I will make you the payment. It means I will take the loan abroad and your account is credited. And that is called as a buyer's credit because the initiative was taken by the buyer. And usually the buyer credit is for a period of 5 years. But that bank which extend me the buyer credit, they insist for a LC also. But LC usually Indian banks are giving for 3 years. Remember, buyer's credit period is 5 years, but LC is given maximum for 3 years. Buyer's credit. One is a supplier credit, means the supplier is arranging the credit to me. Whoever takes the initiative, buyer's credit, supplier credit. One more called as foreign currency loan to residents. You can take the loan for your NBFCs, 5 million, you can raise it. So these are some trade credit, buyer credit, suppliers credit, external commercial borrowing, and then forward contracts, booking, then cancellation. Otherwise, third rate is automatically cancelled. Import, export code number, then import settlement 6 months, export settlement 9 months. If the LC deals in document but not in goods, if LC is expiring on last day, burn the day, you cannot negotiate the LC. All these things are there. Forex is very important. Forex is very important. Okay. Foreign exchange and the liberalize and the LRA scheme, you can send 250,000 US dollar. NRE and NRO, I told you. So simple questions will be there on Forex. Don't worry much. High C sales means I have imported the goods, but then I have diverted to the local market. Mercantile trade transaction completed in 9 months. Rupee drawing arrangement is 15 lakh per transaction. If FCNR is due on Saturday, you have to make the payment on Monday because foreign exchange market is closed on when it is Saturday. It is closed. And if you have taken the advance remittance towards exports, then the shipment you have to do within 12 months. You have to do within 12 months. So I will give you a gap of another 10-15 minutes, okay? Because I have started at 9:30. It is now, it is at 10:56. 1.5 hours I already covered. So now again, a nutshell on 5-10 minutes only. I'll take 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Just I cover some questions again, I'll ask you. Number 1, all agriculture gold loans, crop purpose 10 lakh, non-crop purpose 35. Swarna loan, minimum 5,000, maximum 35 lakh. Business gold loan, MSME, minimum 1 lakh, maximum 35 lakh. Very clear. High-tech agriculture proposal, 10 lakh branch can sanction, 10 lakh to 25 lakh RO can be sanctioned. Export settlement, I told you 9 months, import settlement 6 months. If the warehouse is outside India, it is 15 months. Then liberalized remittance, you can send 250,000 US dollar. And then, and another thing is that if the forward contract is not given any instruction, third day it gets cancelled. High CCS means the goods you have imported, but then you are diverted in the local market. Mercantile trade transaction is to be completed in 9 months, you have to complete it. And and then another important is export interest subsidy. Now you remember, in the case of insurance, you have to pay. So now the deposit insurance credit corporation is passed the bill. Now it is 5 lakh insurance coverage is there. But the premium is 12 paise per 100. Remember, 5 lakh. In the case of pre-shipment credit, now it is 7.5 paise per 100 rupees premium. Remember, 7.5 paise pre-shipment. Post-shipment is 10.5 paise is also there. 10.5 paise. Okay. Simple question they ask you: NRE, FDR 1 year and management 10 year. FCNR 1 year and 5 year. NRI coming to India for permanent settlement, RFC. RFC domestic means dance. EFC is meant for exporters. 100% proceeds can be created. NRE and NRO maintained in INR. FCNR foreign currency. And current accounts are opened in which account? RFC domestic and EFC account. Export document you have to submit within 21 calendar days. Very clear. Very simple question, sir. GST, Canada GST maximum, minimum how much? 10 lakh to, you can give 5 crore. Then MSc Chikitsa, how much you can give? About 10 lakh to 50 crore you can give. Jivan Rekha, how much you can give? 2 crore and 5 crore you can give. Canada MSME cap, how much you can give? Manufacturing 20 crore, service 10 crore you can give. Very clear, very. Audit tenability for all MSME, it is now, it is 1 year only. And MSME Sulabh, I told you, cutoff limit for scale for 25 lakh. And AGM delegate power, beyond that, it should come to SME Sulabh. Then SME Sugama, working capital, how much minimum? Working capital demand on 5 lakh. Term loan, you can give 10 lakh rupees. Very clear. Then section 38 of RBI master policy guideline deal with the updation of data 10 year, 8 year and 2 year. Very clear. Very clear. Then Amrita deposit scheme, I told you, up to less than 2 crore it is eligible. 75 months period, 0.15% interest, minimum 1 lakh. Very clear. Then I told you about sweep in, sweep out facility. Staff is 50,000, other than staff 1 lakh, and SP institution current account 5 lakh rupees. Designated branch means 10 crore and above it is there. And bulk deposit means 2 crore and above. In capital gain exemption scheme, there are 3 nominees are there. SB joint account, minimum 2, maximum no limit is there. SB, then SB power plus average balance should be 1 lakh. Current account privilege 1 lakh should be there. Then SB DI is concerned, is that I told you KYC 1 year, otherwise you have to refund within 2 days. See KYC T plus 5 days you have to do. So this is what I'm going to now. I'm just 15 minutes. I'm taking break. I'll start at 1:15. I'll close at 1:15 sharp. 1:15 I'll close. Next 2 hours will be very interesting again. 15 minutes I'm taking break. I'll be back exactly at 11:15. So I will again, after the small break of 15 minutes, I am going to commence some important topics. Up to 1:15 or 1:30 I will go, not maximum more than that. So I am going to talk to you now about legal aspects of banking. Some important sections I am going to talk to you. Number 1 is RBI Act of 1934. In that, some important questions are RBI Act. One is the CRR is defined under section 42(1) of RBI Act. This is very important from the examination point of view. CRR is defined under section 42(1) of RBI Act. Then number 2, RBI and central government are only empowered to issue the bearer demand drafts. Okay. Then number 3 is RBI should hold anytime 200 crores, out of that 115 crore in gold only. Most important. Then RBI has got the monopoly right of issue of note except 1 rupee note and coin. It is a banker's bank, banker to the government, controlling the credit, lender of last resort. CRR is very important, defined under section 42(1) of RBI Act. Now, one thing is RBI. What about SLR? SLR is defined under section 24 of BR Act. Now, in BR Act, section 5 is the definition of banking. Section 6, list of banking activities which you are supposed to do as per law. Section 8, banks should not engage in any trading activity for making profit. That is there. Then section 22, that banks should hold the license to open any branch. Section 24, SLR. Then section 21, bank cannot finance against its own shares. Section 26, you have to submit one return, that is a unclaimed deposit return, you have to submit to the RBI, section 26. Section 35, appointment of banking ombudsman, clean note policy. Section 45, ZA, ZC, ZE deal with nomination rules, deposits, safe custody articles and lockers, answer all the above. So this is all about the BR Act. NI Act is concerned, section 13 defines NI Act, section 4 promissory note, section 5 bill of exchange, section 6 section 8 holder, section 9 holder in due course, section 10 payment in due course. Then insured instrument means incomplete instrument where there is no signature like that. Section 20 of the NI Act deals with insured instrument, incomplete instrument, insured. Then again, if the words and figure differ, section 18, you should pass basing on the words. The validity period of check or DD is 3 months only. Then payment after business hours, you can make maximum how much? 10,000 only. You should not make the payment after business hours, section 65. Words and figure differ, you can pass basing on the words. If the bill, Visan bill, 3 additional grace days are allowed. Section 85(1), 85(2) gives protection to the paying banker in respect of the forgery of, if the endorsements are regular, you'll get the 85(1), 85(2). But if the signature of the drawer is forged, no protection is given. Section 89, material alteration. Section 123, general crossing. Payment can be made to any banker. 124, special crossing. And 128, protection in respect of cross checks. 130, not negotiable crossing. Section 131 gives protection to collecting banker. And these are the important sections of the NI Act. Now I'll put some questions to you. That is very important. One is ex appointed. What is a garnishee order? A garnishee order is issued by a competent court. Supposing that X account is debited, cash is not given. Whether garnishee order is applicable? Yes, because the process of check is completed only when the cash is given. Here the cash is not given yet. So garnish order is applicable. Next, if the in garnish order, if the amount is not mentioned, what will happen? Full amount is attachable. Okay. Suppose if all the three are there, bank dues are there, garnish order has come, IT attachment order has come, which one is the preference? First is our dues. Next is IT attachment. Third one is the garnish order. Now suppose think that next one is the garnish order, individual debt, whether joint account can be attached. No, no. And in garnish order, you should put the time also very important. Whatever the amount you are having at the time of only, that is only taken into consideration, not afterwards. It is issued by a competent court, garnish order. Now a prisoner has issued a check from the jail. Whether you pass a check, yes. Words and figure differ. Basing on words you can pass. Is there any prescribed format for check? There is no prescribed format for check. DD can be revalidated how many times? Only once. How many times a check can be revalidated? Any number of times. Next question is, what do you mean by right of set off? It is adjusting the debit and credit balance provided the party's capacity is the same. For example, I have got a SB account, JP Saokar, X account, SP account. I got a OD account, JP Saokar. If funds are not there, interchange transfer is possible because the capacity is the same. This is called right of set off. For example, two partnership firms are there. Their activities are different, but the partners are the same. Underline the word here, partners are the same. If the partners are same, right of set off is possible. You can do it. But if the partners are not the same, you cannot exercise the right of set off. Very important. Now another question is, what do you mean by right of general lien? Section 171 of Indian Contract Act. Supposing that X has taken a gold loan and closed promptly, but he had overdues in other loans. Manager says, you clear the overdues, you take the loan. Borrower has given a complaint, but banker has got right of general lien. You can retain any security for the general balance due. Section 171 of Indian Contract Act. Very important. What about confidentiality of the banker dealings? Strictly you have to keep confidential. Under what circumstances you can violate the duty of secrecy? With the implied and express consent of the customer, in the interest of the bank, in the interest of the public, when the loss of the land required to do so, you can reveal the information. Otherwise, you have to strictly keep the confidentiality of the dealing. They may ask you a question, a CBI inspector comes to the bank or IT inspector comes. He wants to reveal, he wanted to go through some documents. Whether you reveal it? Yes, because in the interest of the public and the loss of the land required to do so, you can breach the duty of secrecy. What about rule in Clayton's case? Rule in Clayton's case is applicable in joint accounts. And it is applicable in running account showing debit balance. That is called rule in Clayton's case. Remember, right of set off, I told you. Rule in Clayton's case, I told you. Running account, debit balance. Joint account, it is possible. Garnish order, I told you about the court order. It is judicial decree. And then what about nomination? Suppose X appointed Y, his wife as nominee. X died. This mother approached for claim settlement. You cannot give because there is a nomination is there. Remember. If nominee is there, you have to settle to nominee only. Very clear. Nomination is done in respect of deposit, safe custody article, locker, answer, all the above. That is as per BR Act. If nomination, minor can also be a nominee. Remember, minor, lot of questions will be asked. Whether a minor can be a partner in a firm? No. But minor can be admitted for the benefits of the firm. Within how many months he has to intimate? This question is important. Within 6 months. After attaining the majority, he has to intimate. In SB, that is a self-operated minor account, no TOD should be allowed. But minor can act as his father. He can act as an agent. He can operate his father's locker. He can give a valid discharge. He can receive the payment of the bearer check at the counter. He can receive it. He can be an agent. But he cannot appoint another agent. Section 183 of Indian Contract Act. Minor can be a nominee, but he cannot appoint another nominee. No TOD should be allowed in minor's account. No loan should be given to the minor account. Remember. But minor can also endorse a check. Section 26 of NI. He can endorsement he can make. So remember about the minor. Some questions may be asking to you. Minor. Now the question is, suppose a question is there, nominee died, what you'll do? If nominee died, there is no problem at all. Because a lot of people confusion, sir, nominee died, account holder is still alive. If nominee is died, you appoint another nominee. What is the problem in that? See, you have to read the question. They do just like that. You don't. So if the nominee has died, no effect. You can appoint another nominee. That's all. Now the question is nomination. What are the powers? Suppose if there is nomination powers for the branch in charge, unlimited. But suppose if the nomination is not there, then death claim settlement. How much the powers? Small branch and medium branch and large branch 2 lakh only. Then what about VLB 3 lakh? Then ELB 5 lakh. Then DGM, second line DGM in RO 5 lakh. RO heading AGM, that is a 10 lakh. Circle header DGM, unlimited powers. And locker, irrespective of that locker DGM powers only, locker settlement. This is, and you are up to 50,000 simple death claim. And 5 lakh and above, you are taking 2 references. You are taking 1,020. And for all retail lending, one more document you are taking now for disbursement, NF 1024. So this is all regarding the nomination, because the questions are on legal only, I am telling you. Legal question they were asking you. Now the question is, 2 partnership firms are there. One partnership firm is there, ABC. In that, 2 are only, they are signing the check. One is not signing the check. He has given a stop payment order. Yes, you can comply. But to cancel that stop payment order, all the 3 have to join. So right of set off, right of generally into retain, then nomination questions, minor questions. Then who is the head of HUF? He's called as Karta. His liability is what? Unlimited. Very important. Unlimited. Karta can only, others are co-partners. Karta alone can mortgage the property, immovable property. He can operate the bank account. His liability is unlimited. But one thing, HUF cannot become a partner in a firm. Very important. HUF cannot become a partner in a firm. Minor cannot become a partner in a firm. What about trust? You have to see whether the trust is, even one person can also be a trustee. Whether the borrowing powers are there, you have to see that, you have to refer the trust deed copy. And even if borrowing powers are there, all the trustees have to come and execute the loan papers. HUF is there. What is private limited? I told you minimum 2, maximum 200. What about charge registration in the company section 77 of Amendment Act? Within 30 days normal fees, plus the 30 days additional fees, plus 60 days. 30, 60, 120 days, the charge registration process has to be completed. If the 2 banks have financed against the same property, which bank will have the priority? The bank which has taken the loan paper first. Loan paper first, underline, will have the priority. Okay. What is LLP? It is a combination of partnership and company. Minimum 2, maximum is silent, but it is to be registered. So LLP is also important. So LLP you can open. And then there is a one small finance, one person company also can be done now. It is permitted. And LLP is there. Partnership, company is there. So these are all something you should remember. Some questions they will ask you about, some legal questions they are going to put you about nomination, death claim settlement, then minor is concerned, then garnishee order, some question they may put you. And then next question is, what about contract of indemnity and guarantee? Indemnity guarantee is defined under Indian Contract Act. Supposing that X student is a guarantor for Y, and the loan has become sticky, bank has proceeded against the guarantor straight away. Whether it is justified? Yes, it is justified now. Section 20, amendment of Section 28 of Indian Contract Act. The bank can proceed against the guarantor straight away without exhausting the rights against the. Then right of subrogation is available to whom? Right of subrogation is available to the guarantor. It is available. Very important. Now, 2 important schemes I'm going to tell you about. The integrated banking ombudsman scheme. You know that 2021. Now earlier there were 3 ombudsmans were there. Now all combined now. Now there is integrated banking ombudsman scheme. There is only one ombudsman is there, whether it is for NBFC, whether it is for the banks, whether it is for the prepaid issuers. Remember, integrated banking ombudsman scheme 2021. There is only one ombudsman is there. His head of his office is in Chandigarh. He can give maximum award of how much? 20 lakh plus 1 lakh for the mental agony caused. This is integrated banking ombudsman scheme 2021. Very important from the examination. And the bank has to give the information or document to the ombudsman within 15 days. This question. Under is COPRA, consumer grievances redressal. There is some changes there now. Now earlier district forum 20 lakh. Now again they have changed it. Now it is 50 lakh. Remember, district forum is now 50 lakh. Above 50 lakh to 2 crore is a state forum. Above 2 crore is a national forum. Remember, it was now again changes are happening here. It was now 1 crore, they have reduced to 50 lakh now, district forum. And state forum, they are reduced to 2 crore now. So 50 lakh district forum now, 2 crore state forum. About 2 crore is a national forum, very clear. But you can give an appeal, yes, within 45 days, 50% amount from district to state. 30 days, you can give again 50%. Again, you can give complaint. Maximum, you can go to Supreme Court. This is and the limitation period in COPRA is a 2 years grievances. And in the case of banking ombudsman, it is a 30, the limitation period is 1 year. See, these 2 are very important from the examination. integrated banking ombudsman scheme. There is only one ombudsman. His head office is in Chandigarh, and they can give award of 20 lakh plus one mental agony. Bank has to submit information 15 days. One thing regarding consumer grievances addressal, district forum is now jurisdiction is 50 lakh. State forum is 2 crore. About 2 crore is national forum. Where these two are very, very important from the examination point of view. I told you. Then next day I'm going to talk to you something about the limitation period. You know, that is obtaining the AOD. That is PRR 12. You are preparing every half yearly. AOD is to be obtained after 24 months before, but within 36 months you have to obtain the AOD. If AOD is not obtained within 13 to 36 months, it's a time-barred AOD. Yes, that even if the part payment you have made on the last day, the period of limitation can be extended. Yes, most important examination is the limitation period in the case of property by mortgage. It is a 12 years. It is a 12 years. Remember, from the date of the decree, 12 years. That period is very important. Mortgage limitation period in the case of property by mortgage 12 years. What about a stamp receipt? Up to 5,000, you did not give any stamp receipt. Okay. What about understamping of pronote or bill of exchange? It can be rectified by paying the differential stamp duty plus 10 times of the fine, 10 times of the deficit stamp duty you have to pay. You can rectify any understamping pronote or a bill of exchange is very important. Okay. So Stamp Act is there, 1899, Limitation Act, 1963. Then mortgage is defined under which act? Transfer of Property Act. That is, mortgage is a transfer of interest in specific immobile property for the loan already given, or giving a future also it covers. Registered mortgage, or it may be equitable mortgage. Simple mortgage, you have to take the permission, you have to put within 4 months. And if the EMT is not put through, there is a penalty of 1% is there, remember. So these are all about the mortgage and all that, nominations. And then if the check is issued by the guardian before the minor becomes major, and later on if it is presented when the minor becomes major, you have to return the check. A director of a company issued a check and died, you pass the check. No effect at all, because company is a perpetual succession is there. Next question, ex appoint. Now principal and agent, you remember. What is the difference between a power of attorney and mandate? A mandate is temporarily it is given to operate a bank account. It is unregistered always, no stamp duty. Whereas power of attorney is it may be general power of attorney, it may be special power of attorney. It is to be registered and it is to be stamped also. Now supposing that ex appointed, a principal appointed Y as his agent, and Y issued a check and Y died, no effect. If the agent has died, you pass the check, no problem. But if the principal has died, you have to return the check because he is the author of the document. So these questions they will ask you. Some questions on nomination, some questions on legal aspect, right of set off, secrecy of the account, garnishee order, and legal some questions they will ask you here and there. And now I'm coming to the most important is 4 points. I'm talking about SARFAESI Act 2002. SARFAESI Act 2002 amended in 2018. That amendment is there. Before issuing the demand notice, the authorized officer has to ensure that the property is registered with the SARFAESI. SARFAESI is applicable where NPA liability is above 1 lakh. Agriculture lands are not covered here, and gold loans are not covered. Where OTS has happened and 80% amount has been deposited, it is not covered. Okay. Now the authorized officer is scale 4 and above. The demand notice is for 30 days, 60 days, 13.2. And then you can take the symbolic possession and you have to put it in the paper 13.4, 7 days. In 2 papers, one should be vernacular language. Against that, the borrower can prefer an appeal to DRT. Within 45 days, he need not deposit any amount. Against the DRT, he can go to DRAT in 30 days. He has to deposit 50%, but that can be relaxed to 25%. Now the question is, agriculture plantation activity comes under agriculture? No, it is not coming under agriculture. Now symbolic possession you have taken, borrowers, grievances, preferred appeal, everything is over. Then finally you have to go for auction. 1 month notice is to be given, and whoever auction highest bidder, 25% amount he has to deposit, and then 75% he has to deposit within 15 days. Otherwise, auction will be cancelled. Then up to what is called as 1 crore, you have to make a tender attempt. At least one attempt you have to make. Above 1 crore, 2 tender attempts you have to make. And in valuation of the property above 50 crore, you have to do 2 valuations. In the case of plant and machinery, land and building above 2 crore, 2 valuations you have to do. In SARFAESI, 5 crore and above, 2 valuations you have to do. This is very important. See, land and building, other than SARFAESI, 10 crore and above. In SARFAESI, 5 crore and above. Plant and machinery, 50 crore and above, you have to do it. And the bank, wherever the property is mortgaged to the bank, 50 lakhs and above, bank has to do on their own, they have to do it. So these are all very, very important from the examination point of view. Valuation of the property, land and building 10 crore and above, SARFAESI 5 crore and above, plant and machinery 50 crore and above. If the bank has given loan 50 lakh and above, Canara rent, Canara mortgage, the bank has to do on their own. All these things are very, very important. SARFAESI is very, very important. Now the SARFAESI is concerned. The next one is what? That is a DRT, where DRT, the jurisdiction is 20 lakh and above now. There is one presiding officer will be there. He's a retired High Court judge. And DRT, against DRT, you can go to 20 lakh and above is the jurisdiction. You can go to DRAT. There is a chairperson is there sitting there. DRT proceedings have to be completed in 180 days in 2 sittings. Over. So DRT, DRAT is over. Next is what is important is, I'm talking about the Lok Adalat 1987, exactly 20 lakh rupees. Remember, there is a very Lok Adalat 20 lakh, no stamp duty is involved and no appeal in Lok Adalat. Lok Adalat 1987, no stamp duty, no appeal, Lok Adalat 20 lakh only. Above 20 lakh it is a DRT, above 1 lakh it is SARFAESI. Then insolvency code, above 1 crore, minimum, very important. Indebtedness should be 1 crore rupees. Very, very important, 1 crore rupees. Then there is a what is called NCLT is there. You have to submit an application. Bank has to application 25,000 piece you have to pay. Within 14 days, the application is to be admitted and all that. Then the proceedings will start 330 days. The proceedings have to be completed in that. NCLT is there. So this is also. Then again, I think in Ease 2 it is come regarding that, regarding Mudra. This is MSME only borrowers up to 10 lakh rupees. So there is one more that is it has come where it is to be completed in 120 days. Up to 10 lakh rupees for only for MSME borrower. That is a separate one I have talked to you. So here also is NCLT is there, then NCALT is there, then you can go to Supreme Court. And minimum indebtedness should be 1 crore rupees here. And 330 days you have to complete the proceedings. That is either resolution or either dissolution. So NCLT, so insolvency code, all these 4 things. SARFAESI, insolvency, these 4 I covered it now. Now I am coming to the something about the provisioning norms. You know that standard asset 0.25 and for agriculture MSME otherwise 0.40. And substandard, if security is there, 15%, otherwise 25%. And loss asset, 100%. Doubtful asset first year, 25% secured portion, 100% deficit. Second and third year, 40% secured, 100% deficit. Third year onwards, whether it is a secured or unsecured, it is 100%. And restructured advance is how much? 5% additional you have to make for that. So these are all the provisioning norms I told you. And now I'm coming to the recovery policies of the bank, something I'll talk on. 284/2021, recovery policy of the bank. That is, if the account is above 2 lakh NPA, it is followed by RO only. Above 10 lakh, it is followed by circle. Above 100 lakh, it is followed by, so that is HO, it is following these accounts. NPA accounts are followed. And a non-willful defaulter, you can give, other than crop purpose only, you can give maximum 1 lakh rupees after the OTS has happened. 2 lakh rupees RO powers other than crop purpose you can give non-willful defaulter. And willful defaulter as per RBI definition, who has taken a loan of 25 lakh and above, who is defaulting. Non-cooperative borrower means 5 crore and above. Legal entity identified, you have to obtain up to 50 crore. It is a 20 digits is there. Okay. Now the question is, who is willful, non-willful, non-cooperative? I talked to you about the willful and non-willful. Depending upon that, you have to, OTS schemes are drawn by the bank. Now, first OTS scheme, I'm going to talk to you. The most important scheme, 285, is one-time settlement of agriculture loans. Limit sanction 25 lakh or below. 25 lakh or below means the loan should have been sanctioned on or before 31/3/2015. Moratorium period is 1 year. If it is there, it is 31/3/2016. It doesn't cover ALVSL. It doesn't cover agriculture gold loans. It doesn't cover tractor loans. But all other agriculture loans, limit sanctioned is 25 lakh or below. And the loan sanction date, I told you, 31/3/2015. If moratorium is there, 31/3/2016. Circular number, very important, 285 bar. Then 286, one-time settlement of MSME loans. That is what? Up to 2 crores. You can settle 25% down payment, 75% you have to settle within 3 months. Yes, another 3 months additional time will be given to you. That is up to 2 crore only. 284, 285, 286, 287 is what? One-time settlement of small NPAs. Up to 25 lakh you can settle it. Small NPAs, 25 lakh. But at least 1 year it should have been completed. If education loan, 7.50 lakh. If it is a tractor loan, 10 lakh. You can settle it. So 284 recovery policy, 208. Then exchange of NPAs amongst the banks. If X bank want to sell NPA to other bank, at least in the books of X bank, it should complete 2 years. Then in the books of Y bank, first 90 days, it is a standard asset only. It is a standard asset only, but 100% capital provision, they have to make it. Now there is one more called as asset reconstruction companies. You are selling the NPAs to asset reconstruction at a discount value. Then there is one more concept called as bad bank. All NPAs of public sector banks are pooled and put here in the bad bank. This bad bank is created as per section 3 of the SARFAESI Act. And here in the bad bank, the biggest stakeholder is Canara Bank with the 12% stake is there, but it is yet to take off. Yet to take off, bad bank, new concept. Okay, OTS scheme. Then one more is there, circular number 201, that is regarding a one-time settlement of agriculture loans, repeatedly restructured in standard asset, up to 50 lakh you can do. Up to 203, I think, 203, up to 50 lakh. But repeated restructuring, it means repeated restructuring should happen more than once. And the outstanding liability should be at least equal or more than 200% of the limit sanctioned. Then repeated restructuring only you can do, but that is a standard asset, up to 50 lakh you can do that. So these are all about the OTS schemes I talked to you. 284, 285, 286, 287, 203. All OTS schemes of the banks are in vogue now. That I talked to you about that. Recovery policy I talked to you. And OTS. And then regarding the other than fraud account, supposing that there is a willful default is there. Other than fraud account, I'm telling, MC board only can sanction these proposals. This is very important. Underline, management committee of the board can sanction such proposals. Other than fraud matters. That is where there is willful default is there. Deliberate willful default is there. That can be done by the MC board only can sanction such proposals. So these are the overall questions I have talked to you about. NPA, asset classification, standard, substandard, doubtful and loss. Then SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2, they come under standard asset only. SMA 0 means there is a 30 days overdues. SMA 1 means 60 days overdues. SMA 2 means 90 days overdues are there. These are all coming under standard asset only, standard asset only. So standard, substandard, doubtful, loss, 4 classification, SMA, then SMA 0, SMA 1, standard assets only. Remember, substandard, it is there for 12 months, doubtful asset, 18 months, loss asset, there is no security. And, or if the security is there less than, it is 10%, 100% provision, for example, credit cards, education loan up to 4 lakh, clean personal loans, they are all coming under loss asset. Directly 100% provision you have to make. So all these are coming under NPA, asset classification, recovery policy, OTS settlement schemes. So that all I'll talk to you about that NPA legal aspects I talked to you. Now I'm going to talk to you something. I'm taking the topic about the technology products of the bank. What are the technology products? Little bit I'll talk because 5 to 10 marks are there. I'll talk first with the debit card. You know, debit card is issued to all the customers now. And now debit card is all, it is issued by Manipal only. It is now it is centralized only. Account opening is done by Manipal only now. And it is done, you have to document, you have to, what is called as a centralized account opening now. And all documents you have to load T+0 days only. Any queries are there, any documents again T+0 days only. And then they will give the account opening within 2 hours. If it is express delivery, it is a 15 minutes. Express delivery is also there. So they are opening the account and all that. That is one part of that. Account opening now digits are 12 digits only. CBS version is now 11.8 is concerned. One is a debit card where you are given Rupee Select card also you are giving where you are charging 1,000 rupees. If the card is hot listed and all that, that is 150 rupees you have to pay for that. The debit card is it is a platinum debit card where the cash can be drawn up to 1 lakh. You can draw 50,000 and 2 lakh purchases. Normal card you can do 40,000 or 1 lakh rupees. Now the ATM, if it is a down and all that, if the payment is not there, there is a penalty of 10,000 rupees for 10 hours in a month. And now ATM again from 1/1 onwards, again the metro, then staff and 3, 5 and for senior citizens and for staff and all that. Now that free transactions are only there. Beyond that, they are going to charge you also. That is also had come now. One more is there. Debit card is again, then there is a debit card, Rupee Select card. Rupee card, I already talked to you. It is used outside India also now. And if it is used outside India, 200 plus GST. For financial, non-financial, 50 plus GST. Rupee Select card, we are charging 1,000 rupees. Then there is a Select card, Rupee. Then there is a prepaid card. You are issuing maximum how much? 1 lakh rupees prepaid card. Gift card validity period is 1 year only. Then credit card you are issuing. What is the validity period? 3 year only. And credit card app is called Canara Sati. And up to scale 3 only, credit card sanctioning powers are 50,000. But corporate credit cards are issued by scale 4 and above. In a corporate credit card, maximum 19 and add-on cards can be given. Canara Sati is an app where you can, that is the app where you can get all the details of your credit card details and all that. So credit card now, there is no forcible debit is there, that is stopped now. And classic credit card income should be 1 lakh. In the gold card, annual income should be 2 lakh. In classic card, minimum amount is 10,000, maximum 3 lakh. 30% income is taken for assessing the limit. In gold card, 50% is taken. And gold card, minimum 10,000, maximum 25 lakh. And then there is one is called as what is called, you are giving against secured credit card against FDR, KDR, where you don't have the PAN number and all that, IT return, 75%, maximum 10 lakh, 25 lakh you can give. And instant VSL also can be taken now through internet banking, 75% on 10 lakh you can take. And internet banking, that 4XU is also enabled now. What is that 4XU? That is exports, imports, remittances, and provisions are enabled in internet banking now. That is called 4X, most important now from the examination point of view. Memo number 36/2021, 4XU enabled in internet banking. An exporter or importer need not come to the branch. Through internet banking only, he can do all the export transactions, import transactions, remittance transactions, and the provisions transactions he can do. 4XU enabled. So that's what I talked to you about the RuPay card, the powers of the scale 3, then add-on cards. Add-on cards can be given after 6 months only. Then corporate cards you can give 19 and add-on cards you can give. Then Bhim Aadhaar Pay is also there. No UPI transaction now it is 1 lakh rupees. UPI is available in 20 languages. Now SMS you are sending in other than English in other than now 11 languages. If you draw ATM about 10,000 rupees OTP number, you have to put it in all that. ATM down, I told you. Cash recyclers is also there in that. Now, and the currency chest, the CCTV is now for 100 and they have to preserve it for 1 year in CCTV, they have to preserve it. In the case of the now locker and all that, it is now the locker rules have been changed. You may be knowing that. In the locker, now the another thing is the locker is concerned, there are certain changes. I'm just telling you something about the locker relationship between the banker and customer is lesser and lessee. In safe custody article, bailer and bailee. In deposit, we are the debtor and the creditor. In lending, we are creditor and debtor. So in locker, you are opening the locker. What are the new guidelines I'm telling you? Now, with effect from 1/1/2022 to 1 year is concerned, we have entered an agreement with National Insurance Company. And here the amount is, I tell you, 100 times of the compensation you have to give to the annual rent, 100 times. Supposing that if there is negligence, I am telling you, if there is negligence on the part of the bank, customer will get a compensation of 100 times of the annual rent now. To that extent, insurance is coverage. But if it is a fraud and all that, I'm telling. But if it is the natural factors, suppose the flood have come in and all that, then bank is not responsible. Very important that this is important. And while allotting the locker, what you are going to take? You are going to take a 3 years annual rent plus break open charges. Locker rent is already, it is a centralized annually you are collecting the locker rent and all that. Break open is possible only when you lost the key or you are not paid it. Now other guidelines have come. If you are not, even though you have paid the rent regularly, but if you are not operated the locker, the bank is at liberty, but they will give the notice and they will break open the locker. So you have to operate the locker regularly. That is the message is given to you. Locker rent is now compensation 100 times is there. Then National Insurance Company we already entered for 1 year. That bank has already entered an agreement with locker. And the locker, if it is a jointly, it is operated maximum 2 nominees. In joint safe custody article, no nominees. Capital gain scheme, 3 nominees. Joint SB account, 1 nomination is there. You try to understand, these are all the nomination part I told you. Locker, I told you. Copra, I told you. Insurance Integrated Ombudsman 2021. Copra, district 50 lakh. 2 crore is the state, about national. All these things are SARFAESI, that is above 1 lakh. 1 crore and above is insolvency code. And 20 lakh and above is a DRT. Exactly 20 lakh is the Lok Adalat. All parts are recovery policy, OTS settlement, agriculture loan 25 lakh, MSME 2 crore, small NPA 25, education loan 7.5, tractor loan 10, then standard asset repeated restructuring 50 lakh. All these are very, very important from the examination. Okay. So I covered the technology, debit card, I told you, credit card, I told you, prepaid card, I told you. Next is the contactless card. Now limit is 5 lakh rupees. Contactless card is there. And debit card insurance is also there. For a simple card, it is 1 lakh. And for the regular card, you are getting, for gold card, you are getting 5 lakh. International travel card in now 3 currencies only. Validity period is 5 years. Insurance is a 3 lakh in international card, travel card. Prepaid card, ordinary prepaid card, 50,000 only insurance is there. And there is a what is called as, if any fraud has happened in your account, you have to report to RBI within 3 days. Then there is a zero fraud liability will be there, and the bank has to refund the money to you. That is within 10 days is also there. Fraud-free liability is also there. You have to intimate to the bank is very important. So that is also important, that prepaid card, secured card, then classic Hindi, then what is called Canara Sati is concerned, corporate card debit. Then RTGS amount. What is the RTGS now? It is timings are now 24/7. Minimum amount should be, what is it? It is a minimum amount should be how much? 2 lakh. Maximum no limit is there. If the amount is more than 10 crore, then 3 people have to, there is a creator, authorizer and releaser should be there. RTGS minimum 2 lakh, maximum no limit, 24/7. And only thing is IFSC code is important, 11 digits, and the customer number you have to give. And that is the bank-to-bank transfer. That is very fastest way of transfer it is. Then next one is the NEFT is concerned. It is in batches, 48 batches per day. Minimum 1 rupee, maximum no limit. NEFT is concerned, 48 batches per day. Yeah, in RTGS and NEFT, if there is a delay in crediting to the party beyond 30, what is called 30 minutes, then you have to give compensation at repo rate plus 2%. Compensation you have to give. NEFT 10 lakh and about two people have to authorize it. That is very important in NEFT batches. RTGS, NEFT is there. Then mobile banking is very important. One question will be there. Through IMPS route, now you can transfer 5 lakh. It was earlier 2 lakh rupees. Deposit insurance coverage is also now 5 lakh rupees. Through IMPS route in mobile banking, you can transfer 5 lakh rupees. So these are, and country to country, it is called SWIFT code will be there. So these are all, then CBS version, they are going to ask you something. Technology products is the internet banking. You know that internet banking fund transfer can be made, and FX for Forex is also enabled. You can transfer the funds, bill payment, retail module is there. 2 lakh bill payment you can make. Corporate module, 30 lakh you can make the payment. Transfer of funds to funds of one party, there is no limit. Third party, there the limits are there. In the first one, in the retail module, for RTGS and after 10 lakh you can do it. Here you can do up to 2 crore rupees you can do it. So these are the internet banking, and now module. Then we have got all these are. I am talking about that. Then CPGRs, all complaints can be lodged in CPGRs. Then there is the internal banking ombudsman is there in Canara Bank. He is appointed as per Damodaran penalty committee. There is no pre-penalty in housing loan is concerned. If documents are clear, mortgage loans, loans are clear, you have to hand over the documents within 30 days. Within 15 days, you have to hand over the documents are also there. There is no pre-penalty. Latest committee is customer service Damodaran. Then something about the customer rights are concerned. What are the customer? Because there are so many policies are there. Customer rights are, one is the right of information. Any information, his information privacy, you have to keep it. Right of suitability, you must give him the product which suits him. Right of information he has got. Answer is all the above. Right of suitability, right of confidentiality, right of. So these are the rights of the customer. And customer day, when it is observed, 15th of every month, the branch manager should be available between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. There is a customer service committee also. And the latest committee is the Damodaran committee. I told you about that. Customer rights, I told you. Then RTGS policy. There is a policy for 430, but this one 430, 431. RTGS policy, NEFT policy will be there. Then social media policy is also there, that you should not give any information in the social media without the, that is very important. If any bank's image is affected, you are taken to task and all that. Social media policy is there, Twitter is there, or example, Google is there, Twitter is there, Facebook is there. So you should be, employee should, authorized person for the bank is ED and above only. That is also important, authorized person. And now another is the rigor is there. Imprisonment, rigor means what? Supposing that you have been charge sheeted. If you have been charge sheeted and 2-3 increments reduced, you are not getting for officer employees, 1 year rigor is there. And if you are reverted from 3 to 2 or 4 to 3, then there is a rigor of 2 years is there. And there is a whistleblower policy is there, that it comes under Companies Act. Remember, whistleblower policy comes under Companies Act. Then there is a staff accountability policy is there. 394/2021 is there. Staff accountability policy is there. Whistleblower policy is there. These are then customer rights policies is there. RTGS policy is there. NEFT policy is there. Debit card, credit card policies. Of course, they are all covered here only. But just to remember, these policies are social media policy is there. And then there is a work from home, you know, it is permitted work from home now during the COVID. only up to 10 days. Then away from the desk, that is very important, is that is a 10 days you can go. Mandatory leave is there. That is sensitive department people only. It is that is away from the desk and all that. So all these are very important. Coming in rigor policy is there. Then so these questions I'm talking in little bit, I'm doing there because tomorrow is your exam is there. Okay. So this just to remember because there are objective questions are there. Either okay. So now I'm coming to the technology products. I told you debit card, credit card, RTGS, prepaid card, then all these cards, then contactless card, 5 lakh rupees. These are then CBS version 11.8. Some options they may ask you. So for checkbook issue is concerned, CHM 35. Stop payment is concerned, checkbook issue CHM 37. Stop payment CHM 35. Customer ID SB 8053. SB account opening 8051. FDR opening 8054. Then account opening, then loan account LN 057, agriculture ALN 057, then agriculture disbursement 1660 is there, agriculture closure is there, 1690 is there. So like that, they'll ask you some questions. Then general loan disbursement is there, that they'll ask you. Then loan repayment is there, they will ask you some questions. So they will ask you some options. Then standing instruction CHM 31 is there. Then CH031 CASA account is there. LNM 10 is there. Loan account maintenance is there. BOM 83 is there. So this then account opening, then your lucky number is there. CHM 51 is there. Then customer information CIM 09 is there. Then TDS 03 is there. Tax related is concerned. So these options. Then TDM 24 is there. Lien noting is there. So like that, some questions in account opening, then BH 995 transfer from one branch to another CASA is there. There is also there CBS. Then that box 78, 79, 79, that is the teller transactions authorized officer. That is the box 77, RO 78, and like that box 77, 78, 79. They are going to ask you. That is there. And then there is a compliance policy is also there. You know that certificate you have to submit now. That's very, very important. Compliance, that is a 10 days to the branch and 12 days to the RO and 15 days to the circle and 30 days to the bank. Compliance certificate you have to submit. 10, 12, 15 and 30 days compliance certificate is also there. RTGS, NEFT is there. Then all these prepaid card, debit card, credit card, contractors card, gift card. And so all these, I talked to you about the technology products, CBS version, some CBS options there, hardware, software is there. What is hardware, CPU, hardware, software? What is some questions they may ask you here and there. Then what is the LAN, what is WAN? All these, something about CBS version they are going to ask you. That is the latest CBS version. Then home branch, you can draw any amount. And other than home branch, for only for me, not to the third party, 50,000 you can draw and all that. So there is a fraud management policy there. IT policy is also there in our bank. Cloud policy is also there. Some questions they will ask you here and there about this information technology is concerned. It is very, very important that I told you about the technology products of the bank. I'll talk to you. Now I'm coming to a little bit about the HRD systems of the bank. You know, staff meeting is a compulsory one. It is to be conducted on the third Friday every day. That's 20 rupees is permitted. Staff meeting, there is no much. It is a team culture and all that. Second one is the employee suggestion scheme. Best implemented suggestion will be given award. How much that is award will be given. Individual accepted 3,000, group 5,000. Best 3 awards in the corporate BPC, 10,000, 7,500, and you will get 5,000 rupees. That is employee suggestion scheme. That is then most is important is another is a study circle where 200 rupees is permitted, or RO at CO at 500 rupees study circle. Brainstorming session quarterly it is held. And then most important is again is what is called as job rotation. Once in 6 months you have to do job rotation. These are very important HR. Then capacity building certificate. That is, there are 3 certificates are level 1, level 2, level 3, 6,000, 10,000 and 15,000 rupees. Then there is most important question from the examination. Exit interview is there, because when a person is leaving the bank, an exit interview should be conducted by scale 1 above that. Suppose if he is a clerk or by scale 1, if he is a scale 3, scale 4, scale 4, scale 5. This is exit interview 10 days before the retirement you have to do. That is very important. Capacity building certificate. The fees are reimbursed. I told you 6,000, 10,000 and that is the 15,000 rupees are there. These are all the some. Then e-candle is there. E-learning where there are 12 courses are there. Their scale 1 to scale 5 are eligible. So e-learning is also there. Candle digital learning experience is there. So these are some of the, then these are some of the HRD systems of our bank. Oh, then appraisal is there. We have got, then there's a training is there, appraisal is there, OPAS is there, workman employees, it is a confidential yearly appraisal is there. For officers every year, marks and ratings are communicated. The highest is outstanding, that is 90 and above. Then there is a good, then a very good, a good above average and below average is there. So ratings are there. So workman, officer, training, these are all called as a OPAS, internal training, external training, job training. So these are all regarding the training part of the HRD systems is concerned. Then one question will be about the employees loans are concerned. One is employees loan, festive advance is now it is at 12 months. Festive advance is 12 months is there now, one thing. And another thing is workman employees, a new car they can purchase after 3 years. One thing is there, new car, they can purchase it now, new car. 3 years they are eligible. And you know that group policy or taken or medical policy, that is again 333 by 2022, it is again renewed for 1 more year. About 20 lakh, 15 lakh and 10 lakh is there. That is a group policy is there. Apart from that, group personal accident insurance policy is also taken by the bank and all that. Depending upon the cadre, it is taken. That is a group accident. Then car loans are concerned. New car loans, I told you, clerical people are also eligible 8 lakh. And officers 12 lakh rupees is 95% is there. And 4 and 5 it is 95% or 15 lakh. And 6 and 7 95% or that is they are eligible for 18 lakh rupees is there. Then loans are concerned, you know, 25 lakh, 50 lakh, 75, 100 and housing loan is concerned. And that is also there. Car loans, I told you about that. Then DPN loans are also given, that you know it. And most important is that under this bipartite settlement, sick leave is now up to 720 days. It is there. And circular 400 is one important circular is if you have completed 30 years of service, now 90 additional sick leave is permitted. This one thing is important. Then annual encashment of PL up to 55 years, 5 days, and above 55 years, how much? 7 days. Very important. Encashment of PL is permitted every year. That is also there. Encashment of PL is there. Leave taking is there. Away from the desk is there. Then work from. Then paternity leave is 15 days. Maternity leave is 6 months. Maximum two times in a year. Sabbatical leave you can do twice. That is in a entire career 2 times you can do sabbatical leave is there. And medical aid is concerned up to scale 1, 2, 2, 3, 10,300 and then above it is 12,300 is there. Medical aid is there. Festive advance is 12 months is there. Encashment of PL is there. Sick leave is 720 days. And additional sick leave now 30 years it is permitted 90 days is there. So all these are important HR that is the employee is it is 11th bipartite settlement is there. So this all then now comes about the Hindi is concerned. You know that OL Act has passed in the year 1963. It contains 9 sections. OL Act is applicable all over India, including Tamil Nadu. But OL rules are not applicable to the state of Tamil Nadu, 1976. OL letter, Hindi letter to be replied in Hindi, rule number 5 is there. Okay. And OL Act implementation is coming under Ministry of Home Affairs. There is a overseeing committee is there. Lok Sabha 20 members, Rajya Sabha 10 members. Section 300, Article 343 to 351 of Constitution deal with OL implementation is there. OL STR 18 now quarterly it is now digitalized. And the OLIC meeting is 4 times in a year, that is quarterly. TOLIC meeting is half yearly, it is there. Then best employee award is called as the Rajabhasha award given to the outstanding employee. 3 awards are there, 1,000 rupees, 700 rupees, 500 rupees. And the best branch Akshay Yojana is also there. In Canara Bank, we have got a quarterly magazine called as that is a Jyoti, Canara Jyoti is there, that is there. Percentage of originating correspondence, A area 100%, B area 90, C area is 55 is there. Noting of letters in Hindi, it is a 75%, 50% and 30% is there. Bilingual is there, section 3, subsection 3 is there. Bilingual is there. Now another is there that Hindi workshop is to be conducted compulsorily in administration unit, clerical to scale for quarterly they have to conduct it. That is also there. So this is regarding Hindi is concerned. I think 1 mark they are going to ask you about the Official Language Implementation Act and general banking, general matters and all that. Technology part is over. Now I'm little bit talking about something about the government sponsored schemes. I'll come now. So in government sponsored schemes, the first one is a DIR. That is a DIR scheme 1972. Target is 1% of the previous year, not ANBC, gross advances 1%. And STR 13 is a yearly return for DIR. DIR annual income, you know, it should be 18,000, rural and semi-urban, urban and metro 24. Rate of interest is 4%, simple is there. Maximum loan is 15,000. If only exception SC/ST housing is 20,000. And DIR is concerned, you know that 2/3 of the advances should be routed through rural and semi-urban branches. 40% target for SC/ST is there. Repayment is 3 to 5 years. That is a DIR scheme. In education loan can be given here at 4%, provided the annual income is important. So DIR is there. Next one is a PMEGP, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. What is it, PMEGP? Prime Minister Employment Generation Scheme is meant for, actually 8th standard you should have passed. Here you are giving for manufacturing and service. You are giving dose number 1, dose number 2. Dose number 1 manufacturing 25 lakh, service 10 lakh. Dose number 2 manufacturing 75 lakh, service is 15 lakh. And PMEGP application up to 5 lakh you have to dispose within how many days? 15 days. And what is the target for PMEGP? SC 15%, ST, such question they will ask you. ST 7.5%, women beneficiaries 30%, minorities 5%. And what is the subsidy available? So margin is a 10% for a general, SC/ST it is 5%. Subsidy, general it is less, subsidy more is for SC/ST, that is also there here. So PMEGP, they will ask you one, and second dose you can give, provided ITA return of 1 year should be there, you can give. So to PMEGP scheme, one question they will ask you. Prime Minister, that is monitored by KVIB, Khadi Village Industry Board of India, Prime Minister Employment Generation. Next comes is National Rural Livelihood Mission. The National Rural Livelihood Mission is, it is a target group is what? Here only interest subsidy is available. Target group is a woman beneficiaries and self-help group. Now the one question is that self-help group, that collateral security free loan was there, now 10 lakh, now it is enhanced to 20 lakh. This question is important. Collateral free loan for SAG, how much now? It was earlier 10 lakh, now it is enhanced to 20 lakh. This question is going to come. And here you are creating one revolving fund of 10,000 to 15,000 rupees. Only interest subsidy is available under the scheme, no capital subsidy. And you can give the loan to the self-help group. Either you can give a term loan or you can give working capital loan also. You can give self-help group, you can give that collateral security free loan of 20 lakh rupees. This question is very important. Interest subsidy is only available. Next is the Urban Livelihood Mission is there. Here also interest subsidy is available. But here individual you can give project cost 2 lakh. Group project cost how much? 10 lakh rupees is there. One question is there here. The physically challenged people, the target is earlier 3%. Now it is 5%. Very important. 5% target is there now. In the physically challenged, in the case of this Urban Livelihood Mission, it is now 5%. Underline. And this is very important questions. Both schemes are there. Interest subsidy is only available. Then there is one more scheme is that scavenger scheme where interest and capital subsidy is both available. Then there is very important scheme is there. One more national backward class community has come. Scheme is there. Backward class and minority commission. Backward class are already there. See, backward class and minority both are different. Don't confuse it again. In backward class community, the annual income should be again 98,000, rural and semi-urban, and urban and metro 1,20,000. Backward class community schemes I am telling. There Akanksha scheme is there for education. Then Krishi Sampat is there. You can give how much? 50,000. Krishi Sampat is there. Nil security, nil margin, 4-year repayment, 4% interest. Krishi Sampat is there. Mahila Samriddhi is there. That is a group you are giving 50,000 rupees. Then you have got that is a Mahila Samriddhi is there. Mahila Garima is there. 1 lakh rupees, 5% interest. Krishi Sampat is there. Mahila Garima 1 lakh. Then Shilpa Sampad, that is you can give 10 lakh. Then you have got Sakshyam 10 lakh rupees. These are the schemes coming under backward class community. Remember, Akanksha, Krishi Sampad, Mahila Samriddhi, and your Sakshyam scheme 10 lakh, 10-year repayment. Then your Shilpa Sampad 10 lakh, 10-year repayment. Mahila Garima 1 lakh, 5% interest. Krishi Sampad 50,000, 4% interest. Mahila Garima also 50,000, 4% interest. So Mahila Garima 1%, Mahila Samriddhi, they are backward class communities. Apart from that, these schemes, we have got now again a minority community again has come. Most important from the examination, circular 587/2021. What is that minority? Again, minority, there are two classes are there. Class 1 is the same. Annual income again should not exceed 98,000, rural and semi-urban 1,20,000. In second, it is 8 lakh rupees is there. So in the first scheme, you can give 20 lakh rupees loan in the first scheme. Second scheme, you can give 30 lakh rupees loan. And for all this, what is called the rural artisans is concerned, Virasa scheme, you can give rupees 10 lakh rupees, you can give Virasa scheme. So first scheme 20 lakh, second scheme 30 lakh. Virasa scheme, you can give how much? For rural artisan, 10 lakh rupees you can give under this. So this is very, very important. This is a minority community where the bank is financing and we're getting refinance also. So circular important 587/2021. This is minority commission I'm talking, minority commission. So Virasa scheme, that is a 10 lakh. Scheme 1, 20 lakh. Scheme 2, that is a 30 lakh. And here we are getting what is called at a very refinance is we are getting refinance from the minority commission. So it is good for the bank to lend also. So these are the schemes. Virasat, that is a rural artisan 10 lakh. And first scheme you can give how much? 10 lakh, 20 lakh. Second scheme you can give 30 lakh. And this is regarding minority commission. Very important circular I'm telling you, examination 587/2021. So these are all I talked about that various government. Then comes about the financial inclusion is concerned. You know, the BSBD accounts were opened in the year 2012. Then Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana account we have started in the year August 28, 2014. PMJDY accounts we are opening with a zero balance account. Then after 6 months satisfactory account operation, we are giving inbuilt OD of how much? 10,000 rupees. Okay. And thereafter we are giving 2-3 schemes are there. What is that? 434, 435. 434 is the Jeevan Suraksha scheme. That is the accident scheme. 12 rupees premium you have to pay. In the event of the age is 18 to 70 years. In the event of the death or accident, 2 lakh. If you lost 2 hands, 2 lakh. If you lost 1 hand or 1 leg, 1 lakh. Otherwise, nothing. So 12 rupees premium is there. And insurance is there for that. So 434/2021, that is regarding Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Suraksha. That is the accidental scheme, 12 rupees. Then another is a Jeevan Jyoti 435/2021, 330 rupees premium plus GST is there. Is the Canara HSBC choice, we have got a product here. Age is 18 to 50 year. Even the natural death, any death, 2 lakh rupees is covered under that. So this is very important. That is the two things, 434, 435. Then comes another is Atal pension scheme, 18 to 40 years age. Pension you have to pay up to minimum, even if you start at the age of 40, 20 years, you have to pay a minimum 1,000, maximum 5,000, equal contribution from central government. And the pension will start at the age of 60 years and all that. Atal pension scheme, it is meant for the unskilled workers and unorganized workers and all that. Then comes another is a business correspondent, very important. Now business correspondent is we have got corporate BCs also we have renewed. We have got business correspondent are there. Business correspondent, we have got a hybrid module. Hybrid model means in one place they are sitting for 4 hours and thereafter they have got a distance of 5 kilometers. At least the BC should have passed SSLC. A should be 18 to 60 years. He should not be BC for more than one bank. And what he will do, he will give the, one thing is important is that BC is concerned, you remember, Aadhaar enabled 2 transactions, he will do successfully 10,000 rupees. Non-Aadhaar, he will do 5,000 rupees. And transfer of loan account, remember, cash 10,000 rupees. Other than cash, transfer entry 20,000 rupees. He will do it. And he is getting a business of, he is getting a commission also. How much? If he has opened a Atal pension account, he is getting 30 rupees. Jeevan Suraksha, 1 rupee. And Jeevan Jyoti, he is getting 30 rupees. Like that, 20 rupees, EKYC is getting 20 rupees. Otherwise, 15 rupees. Business correspondent is very, very important. It is a hybrid model the bank has adopted. Then what is PPF account? PPF account is meant for individuals, including minor. Okay. Maximum how much? 15 year. What is the minimum amount in a year? Minimum amount 500, maximum 1.5 lakh. 15 year, that can be extended by 5 years. PPF account maximum nomination 4, you can do it. Okay. Rate of interest is 7.10. It is a quarterly interest. PPF is very, after 6 years, you can draw 50%, you can draw the money. PPF is individual only. Next one is a senior citizen scheme 2004. That is for senior citizens or VRS 55 years and above. The deposit amount should be how much? It should be minimum 50, maximum 15 lakh. Okay. And period is 5 year, extended by another 3 year. Rate of interest is 7.40 quarterly. That is also there. But this quarter, there is no change here. Then next one is one more scheme is Sukanya Samriddhi, 7.60 interest. 2 girl students up to 10 years of age. If they are twins, up to 3 years you can go. And you have to make you have to pay up to 15 years. 21 years full amount can be drawn for marriage purpose or at the age of 18 years for education, 50% can be drawn. The rate of interest is 7.60. They are going to ask all these questions to you. Okay. Now, another important is the doorstep banking. What is the doorstep banking? 100 centers have been identified by the bank. Atithya and Integra is concerned. Doorstep banking means they will do all these financial and non-financial services to you. So they have engaged an agent and all that. 50 rupees is to be paid to them. Non-financial means pick up of the instrument, 15G, 15H. But then that is very important. But check requisition, they will take you. No delivery of debit card and all that. Debit card they are not doing, I'm telling you. Check requisition, nomination, 15G, 15H, all these things. Then financial means minimum 1,000, maximum 10,000 cash also they will give you. And life certificate for ex-pensioners now, they are permitted free of cost for me also. Life certificate, they are not charging anything. They'll come to my house, they take my life certificate and all that. Because the pension payment, how much, this is doorstep banking is concerned, very, very important one question. But within 3 p.m. only the service is to be rendered. Within 3 p.m. means same day the service will be given. After 3 p.m. means next day it will be postponed. 100 centers identified for that, 50 rupees fees are very important question, doorstep banking. Then now what is the government agency? What is the pension payment? How much you are getting? 75 rupees. Physical receipt challan, 40 rupees you are getting. Okay. Then most important, now free distribution of coins. One bag you are getting 65 rupees, very important. Plus if it is a rural place, 10 rupees extra you are getting. Agency commission. Agency commission, I am talking about that. So pension payment 75 rupees. Physical receipt challan, how much? 40 rupees. And distribution of coins is per box, per bag you are getting 65 rupees. If it is a rural place, you are getting 10 rupees extra. 10 rupees extra you are getting. That is regarding government agency commission, I told you. And now regarding the cash remittance is concerned, you were owing 5,000 rupees. Now it is 25,000 sub-staff. And 25,000 rupees sub-staff can take because it was earlier 5,000 because of the syndicate bank merger. 25,000 sub-staff can take. Okay. Then 20 lakh and above 1 armed guard, above 50 lakh 2 armed guards are there. And cash, excess cash is to be, it is to be remitted, you know that. Otherwise it is to be credited to commission account. And cash shortage, if there is a 10,000 and above, then investigation is a must, mandatory. Cash mandatory, investigation is mandatory. Cash shortage is there, that is important. And wrong reporting, currency chest depositing, currency chest CCTV camera, it is to be preserved for 1 year is there. Minimum amount to be deposited in current chest is 1 lakh rupees in steps of 50,000 rupees. If current chest reports wrongly to RBI, 50,000 rupees fine, they have to give a fine of 50,000 rupees. Wrong reporting is there. So currency chest is also there. CCTV, now then locker room also you have to preserve the CCTV for 180 days is there. That is locker room also. CCTV is very important. That is also there. So I told you about locker. I told you about this general banking, about financial inclusion. I talked. Government sponsored schemes I talked. I talked about all these technology products, HRD schemes, staff measures. And now I am coming to the most important, some examination point of view. We'll talk about most important 4, 5 questions. 5 topics are there for you, me. And that is very important. The first topic I'm talking about the credit policy of the bank. Credit policy of the bank. Every bank has got its own credit policy. Every year, the credit policy is subject to change, taking into consideration the IBA guidelines, RBI guidelines, and the internal guidelines. The credit policy is subject to change. Okay. Now, this credit policy, what are the objectives of credit policy? One is to increase the advances quantitatively and qualitatively, to adhere to the RBI guidelines and IBA guidelines. And you should also, that concentration risk you have to fix. Now the question is how much loan you can give for an individual? 25 crore you can give. How much? 25 crore. For whom? For an individual 25 crore loan you can give. Okay, very good. Then what about proprietorship and HUF? You can give 50 crore as per credit policy. For partnership and LLP, how much you can give? You can give 100 crore. Then if the partnership and it is formed as a trust and all that, if it is a low risk 300 crore, then 200 crore, like that you can give. 100 crore high risk is there. Okay. These are the concentration risk. Assessment of the construction companies, how you will do? You are taking 9 times of the net owned funds. How much loan you are giving to the mutual funds? Net assets, 20% of the net assets repayable in 6 months. Okay. Next question is very important is how you assess the working capital. There are 3 methods are there: turnover, MPBF and cash budget. What is the current ratio in turnover and MPBF? 1.33. 1.33 or that is there. Cash budget method. Cash budget method is Unmute. Atyata. Hello. Anjale. Hello. Okay. Hi. Now I talk to you about the credit. Okay, done speaking. Okay, speak. Okay. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು I have talked about the credit policy. Objectives I told you. Individual exposure I told you 25 crore. Then partnership I told you 100 crore. And HUF I told you 50 crore. All those things I talked to you. Now little bit I talked to you about something about here. Joint lending agreement. It is 150 crore and above. Joint lending agreement is a 150 crore and above. Most important. 150 crore and above joint lending agreement. Then loan delivery system of bank credit, it is also 150 crore and above. Most important from the examination is holding on operation, who can permit. Holding on operation is permitted by CGM, HO and above authorities. Holding on operation is maximum you can permit 6 months, 3 months at a time. That is holding on operation. What is consortium advances? 2 or more banks are involved in a advance. Minimum banks 2, maximum not stipulated. Exposure also they are not stipulated. But consortium advances is concerned, each participating bank have to contribute 10% of the fund-based limits. Syndication of loan means it is a loan, it is arranged with or without participation. It is called syndication of credit. One is consortium advances, one is a syndication of credit, one is a joint lending agreement 150 crore and above, loan delivery system of bank rate 150 crore and above. Holding on operation is a permitted maximum period 6 months, 3 months at a time. So these are all very, very important, this one from the examination point of view. Now, takeover of the loans other than agriculture and retail, it is permitted up to 100 crores, it is there. Of course, the new guidelines have come, that is also there. So here you should be very, credit policy, you have to little bit, questions will be there on credit about individual exposure, holding on operation, then joint lending agreement 150 crore and above, loan delivery system of bank credit 150 crore and above, fund-based limits, non-fund-based limits are there. How you assessment of the working capital, assessment of the term loan proposals. So credit policy is concerned, some questions they are going to ask you, not in detail, but at least for 5 marks will be there on credit policy is very important. Then little bit here assessment of concern. Then most important, that is the cooperative banks. When you are financing cooperative bank, 25% of their net worth you should take. Cooperative banks, 25. Then takeover of retail loans. If it is RRBs, RO head can permit. Cooperative banks, you are takeover retail loans, circle head should permit that. Remember, NBFC is concerned, RO will permit. Takeover of retail loans I am taking. Takeover of retail loans are there. Holding on operation. Holding on operation is very simple. Supposing that you have taken a loan of 10 crore limit, and 10 crore is also the liability. Okay. And the limits are not renewed because of some reasons beyond the control of this one. They are the Jinan. Now the question is, if you give a check of 1 lakh, you are returning it because liability should not exceed the limit. So in that case, you suggest the party that 1 lakh, if you are issuing check, you also create 1 lakh rupees. So plus and minus will be wiped off and the limit and liability remain the same. But it is a purely temporary mechanism. It can be permitted maximum period of 6 months, but 3 months at a time. But this holding on operation is permitted by whom? CGM, HO and above authorities. Then, and you know that multiple banking means each bank is financing separately, multiple banking, exchange of ideas, and this should be there. Consortium means it's a group of financing, I told you. And then syndication of credit means you are arranging the credit with or without participation, and you are charging syndication fees for that. And construction companies, 9 times of the construction companies you are taking. And your film distribution, if you are financing, 35% margin should be there. And they asked this question regarding financing the computers, the margin is 40%. This question was asked, but that can be relaxed to 25 to 30% also. Computer financing margin requirement, I told you. Construction company 9 times, mutual fund, you can go 6 times of that. Okay. And then gross credit, real estate 20%, you should not. That if 100 rupees is a credit, the credit to real estate should be 20%. That's all. Out of that 20%, commercial real credit should be how much? 5% should be there. And one change is there regarding individual, you are financing individual project appraisal. Now it was earlier 150 crore, now it is 250 crore is there. Individual project appraisal, 250 crore is there. So 100 crores, other than retail and agriculture, takeover guidelines have been coming. 3-year audited balance sheet you have to take. There should not be any switchover for during last 5 years should be there. and current ratio should be there, DE ratio should be there. All these things are there taken into consideration. But the project appraisal, that is a 3.33 or maximum 250 crore. Very, very important. So these questions, credit policy, syndication of credit, holding on operation, then multiple banking arrangement, and joint lending agreement. 2 banks are involved, 150 crore and above. Loan delivery system of bank credit, 60% working capital, 40% to 150 crore and above is there. Then all this assessment of, then cooperative banks, 25% of the net worth is there. Then all these questions, real gross credit, real estate, that is a 20% is there. Individual exposure, I told you 25 crore is there. Proprietorship or HU of 50 crore is there. Partnership LLP 100 crore is there. So all these questions there. And then what is quick mortality loan account? A new loan account of 15 lakh and above becoming 12 months NPA from the date of repayment. See, not from the date of disbursement. Very important from the examination. From the date of repayment, underline the word. A new loan of 15 lakh and above becomes NPA within 12 months from the date of repayment. Very important, from the date of repayment, underline. From the date of repayment, you underline this. This is very, very important. So this is what I told you about this one. Quick moderate. Then QoS or HOS is applicable 5 crore and above. Commitment charges you are charging if the party has not limit, if the party has not availed the limit 10 crore and above, commitment charges you are applying. And unsecured loan, bank as an exposure is 1,70,000 crore is there for unsecured loan. 1,70,000 crore exposure is there. Then there is a corporate credit also is there. You know that corporate loans are also given. You know, short-term corporate loan, 6 months to 12 months we are giving. That is the corporate loans are also there. It is given at the head office level by MD and CEO authorities are permitting. So these are all regarding. I talked to you about. Then there is a delegation of powers is also there. 678/2021. Delegation of powers are linked to the category of the branch. Small branch is headed by scale 1. Then medium branch headed by scale 2. Large branch headed by scale 3. VLB headed by scale 4. ELB headed by scale 5. Then top branches are headed by DGM also. Depending upon the category of the branch, this is called categorization of the branch. So small branch powers are 25 lakh, large branch 50 lakh, that is fund based and non-fund based. Small 25, small 25, medium is 50, large is 75, VLB is concerned 3 crore, ELB is 5 crore. These are the delegated powers for fund based and non-fund based limits. Again, you remember, ad hoc limit is permitted only by the circle head only, ad hoc limit. That too 2 times for a party in a year, ad hoc limits are permitted by this one. Then what about the ratification of the notes? Any ad hoc limit you are any TOD you are permitted. Within 2 days you have to report, and ratification should come within 7 days. Ratification is important. Ad hoc limit is permitted by circle head and above authorities only. Holding on operation permitted by CGM, HO and above authorities only. Combined harvester loan is sanctioned by AGM and above authorities only. So delegation of powers are there. Again, you have to remember delegation of powers. I told you. Again, delegation of powers for MSME loan, you got up to scale for 25 lakh only. That's all. Above that, SME Sulabh is taking care. Then all RH head, he has got delegated of powers are there. Housing loan RH in charge, 2 crore he can sanction. Then Canara rent, Canara mortgage, 1 crore he can sanction. Delegated powers are there. Like that, each. So you have got delegated power for fund based and non-fund based. Plus schematic lending also. Individually, you have got delegation of powers are there. So try to understand, you have to exercise the delegation of power. You have to work within the delegation of power. You have to exercise the delegation of power very judiciously. You have to exercise in the interest of the organization. And wherever ratification is there, you have to seek the ratification in writing. You should seek the ratification. So holding on operation, ad hoc limit permission, everything I'm telling you, everything should be within the delegated powers are there. Ad hoc limits are also given extra. You can give it. But this is all coming about delegation of power depending on the category of the branch. Small, medium, large, like the delegation of powers are there. Depending upon 678/2021, depending upon the delegation of power, you have to exercise your powers very, very judiciously. You have to exercise. And VLB and all that, they have got, the senior manager has got VSL and gold loan powers only. That's all very clear about that. So, like that, retail asset hub, all proposals should go to RH, very clear. SME about 25 lakh, go to SME. Sulabh is very clear. Depending upon all this, then fund-based, non-fund-based, you can sanction. Depending upon the delegated powers only, you delegate. Then, so all these are TOD. Up to scale 3, no TOD permitted. Scale 4 can permit TOD in SP 10,000 rupees. So like that, depending upon the category of the branch, is the delegation of powers are given. You have to exercise the delegation of power depending on the category of the branch, depending whether it is a short. Again, category means again what? It is on the average business for the last 2 years we are going to take it. So average business is important here. VLB means 150 crore and above. Then that like that. Again in VLB, again 150, again 50 crore should be advanced, it should be there. So both parameters have to be met. Depending on the category, delegation of powers are there. These are the delegation of power 678/2021. One is a credit policy, one is a delegation of power. Both are equally important. Okay. Next is what? Most important, another is a credit monitoring is coming. What is this credit monitoring? Which are the tools for credit monitoring that I'm going to speak to you now. Credit monitoring is nothing but it is a post-sanction, it is audit, post-sanction loans. So credit monitoring, what is important? I tell you, on 4 or 5 marks will come in this. So credit monitoring, first you remember some audits are important. First one, I'll talk about the special watch accounts or special mention accounts. So special mention accounts are how many are there? 3 are there. That is a 0 to 30 days, overdues, SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2. Okay, these are to be followed up very intensively, closely. Otherwise, it will slip to NPA. This is one tool is there. That is. Then a special watch account, now they are already merged now. Okay, 5 lakh, 25 lakh, 1 crore, above 1 crore, they're all merged now into that is also there. Special watch is different merger, special mention accounts are there. Now this is one of the tool of monitoring your advance. One is a second one is most important is a pre-release audit. What is pre-release audit is important. What is pre-release audit? Pre-release audit means before releasing the funds, an audit is to be conducted. What is the limit for fund based for usual loans? 2 crore. And the retail mortgage based 5 crore. It is a must. And it is to be conducted within 48 hours by scale 4 authorities. And no authority has got the permission to waiver of this pre-release audit. Yes, there is nothing but again he will go through whether documentation is done properly, charge registration, all those things, everything is pakka vetting. Then only permission is given to release the funds. It is 2 crore and above for this one, but mortgage retail loans 5 crore and above. And scale 4 and above, 48 hours it is to be done. No authority can waiver it. Pre-release audit, very important. Okay. The second one will come legal audit, 5 crore and above. 5 crore and above legal audit. What is this legal audit? It is to be conducted after 36 months, but before 60 months. It is to be conducted by legal audit is to be conducted other than the panel who has given the LSR report. Because if the X has given LSR report, now it is to be given to B again. And that legal audit is above 36 months to 5 years. You have to conduct the legal audit, you have to conduct. Okay, that is over. Then third one is that is a credit audit. That is the post-sanction again, 3 crore and above, remember. Fund-based and non-fund. See how to remember, I make it simple to you. 2 crore and above, you go for a pre-release audit. 3 crore and above, credit audit. 2 and 3 over. 5 crore, you go for a legal audit. 2, 3, 5. 4 is not there. That is the point. So 5 crore, you go for 3 crore credit audit. Credit audit means what? Fund-based and non-fund-based limit of 3 crore and above. Credit audit is to be conducted by scale 5 only. Scale 5 only is to be conducted, remember. And the credit audit observations are there, no? It is to be conducted within after 3 months, but before 6 months after the dispersing the loan. And credit audit observations you have to close within 90 days. Yes, 3 crore and above. 5 crore legal audit. Then there is a stock audit is also there. That is again a low risk and normal risk account. How many are there? Stock audit is to be conducted 5 crore. If it is unrated borrowers and all that, 1 crore, 1 year, everything, stock audit is to be conducted. Legal audit, pre-release audit, credit audit, stock audit, then special mention. These are all coming under the, then red flag accounts. Red flag account means some fraud elements are appearing. That is a red flag, you are alerting you. That is 50 crore and above, red flag accounts. Red flag account 50 crore and above. Then there is a forensic audit where already fraud has occurred. And it is to be conducted again 50 crore and above. It is conducted by forensic auditor. Forensic audit 50 crore and above. Red flag account 50 crore and above. Then quick mortality loan 15 lakh and above, new loan becoming NPA within 12 months from the date of repayment. Underline the word repayment. Then pre-release audit 2 crore and above. Credit audit 3 crore and above. Legal audit 5 crore and above. Stock audit low risk, normal risk 5 crore and above once in a year. Okay. Then another is a credit monitoring officer. Every branch is having every account 50 lakh and above. Credit monitoring officer has to submit a report every day. Then quarterly meeting will be conducted. That is a CMO meeting, it is called. So these are all coming under the audit part. I'm telling you, very important audit part is concerned. So these are, you be very, this one, very simple: pre-release audit, credit audit, stock audit, legal audit. Then valuation of fixed assets, once in 3 years you have to do. Current assets valuation, once in a year you have to do. And I told you valuation, land and building above 10 crore, 2 valuation. Plant and machinery above 50 crore, 2 valuation. In SARFAESI, 5 crore and above, 2 valuation. In agriculture loan, structure is there once in 3 years. If there is no structure, once in 5 years. And all these things are very, very important coming for that. Then there is a, what is called specialized monitoring agency. Agency is there. That is 250 crore and above. Additional, that is specialized monitoring agency, 250 crore and above. 250 crore and above. That is again I'm telling you about that. So these are all coming under the credit monitoring tools are concerned. Okay. The next one is I'm talking about the most important part is they got risk management. Let me talk about something about Basel. You know that every bank has got a well-defined, what is called as a robust and well-defined risk management policy. Every bank is having. It is approved by the board of directors. And the GM who is heading is called as the chief risk officer. He is called as a chief risk officer. He is reporting to the board directly. Chief risk officer is concerned. Now the Basel 1 already, you know that it was implemented in the year 1988 over. Basel 2 already over. Now Basel 3 is there. It started in 2013 slowly, trial. Now we were in the 2022, but it is not yet fully, it is implemented, Basel. Now in Basel 3, what is important? How many pillars are there? 5 marks will be there on that. One is that there are 3 pillars as per Basel 3. One is the pillar number 1. What is that? Minimum capital. Minimum capital structure. Second one, supervisory review. Third one is the market discipline. Now I'm talking in these 3 pillars. I'm going in detail now. Take the first one is the minimum capital requirement. As per Basel, every bank should have minimum paid up capital. There are 2 paid up capital is there. Capital number 1 and capital number 2. Tier 1 and Tier 2 capital. Tier 2 capital should be minimum how much? 7%. Tier 2 should not exceed 2. 7 plus 2 how much? 9. Plus CCB, capital conservation buffer, additional capital 2.5. Tier 1, 7. Tier 2, 2. CCB how much? 2.5. Total together how much? It should have, every bank should have minimum 11.5 capital anytime. Tier 1, 7. In Tier 1, again it is split up again that 7%. CET1, that is common equity Tier 1, 5.5%. Additional equity Tier 1, 1.5. So CET1, 5.5. Additional equity Tier 1, 1.5. 5.5, 1.5, how much? It is 7%. Tier 2 capital should not exceed 2%. So our bank is having a very good capital adequacy ratio. Yesterday, I think Bank of Maharashtra, their published results, their capital adequacy ratio is 14.95. Canara Bank results are going to come on 27th of this month. They have already told that board meeting is there. We are finalizing our the third quarter results, 27th of this month. One thing, okay. Now, Basel 1, which are the elements coming under Basel 1, Tier 1 capital? One is the paid up capital. One is the surplus stock reserve, share premium, okay, non-redeemable preference shares. Then revaluation reserves at a discount of 55%. They're all coming under Tier 1. And Tier 2 capital, what are coming? That is a risk-weighted provision, 1.25%, all those Tier 2. So Tier 1, Tier 2, CCB, total 11.5 we should hold minimum, I'm telling you. But our bank has got very strongly capitalized, 14.37. Our this week, this quarter we have to see again. But we are strongly capitalized bank, no doubt about it. We need not go to the public also. And the government may not infuse capital in future because all banks are making profit now. It is a very good indication that all banks are making profit. So that we will wait and see how this quarter we are emerging, because so far as business position is concerned, Canara Bank is third now. First one is SBI, 62 lakh crore is there. 18 lakh is PNB, and we are 17.17 lakh. We are the third business position wise, third we are there. Remember. Now they will ask you one question. In Canara Bank, who is recently inducted a part-time shareholder director? He is a Karunakar Shetty, you remember. Karunakar Shetty. And one more lady has inducted a government on this one. Again, in part-time, again, Nalini Padmanabhan. As on date in Canara Bank, we have got 11 directors are there. Nalini Padmanabhan inducted, Karunakar Shetty, part-time shareholder. This question may ask you. They may ask you something about that. I do not know that. Because it is set by IBBS exam. So 11 directors are there in Canara Bank. MD and CEO, you know that he's our dynamic chairman is there. He's giving us all the guidance and inspiration, leadership is there. And LV Prabhakar, and followed by 4 executive directors are there, 11 directors are there. This I talked to you about that, something about that. Now Basel is concerned, tier 1, I told you, 3 pillars are there. Okay. Now in Basel again, how do you measure the risk? What are the risks are there? One is credit risk, one is a market risk, and one is the operational risk. Credit risk is risk of default. I give you the loan, the money is not coming. Or I given a guarantee, the guarantee is invoked. I have to make a capital provision for that. That credit risk is concerned. Then there is a market risk. That is interest rate fluctuations. Market risk is beyond our control. It is because of the forces, marketing, operating forces. Operation risk, risk of fraud and all that. You know, attempted fraud, cash shortages, system is hanging, wrong posting, all operational failures. So we have to provide capital for all the 3 risks together. We have to provide capital to credit risk, market risk, operation risk, together all the risk we add, and we have to provide the capital to them. And it should be 11.5% minimum. It can be more than that also. That is one thing. Okay. Now the question is, how do you measure this operation risk? Which are the methods? One is a basic indicator approach. Initially it was adopted. And another is advanced measurement approach. And for market risk, modified duration approach and internal rating approach. And for credit risk, we have gone for initially standardized approach. Now we are going for a advanced internal rating. We are going for this one. Now the next question will be, what is the probability of default? Probability of default is only for 1 year, you remember. That is called probability of default. 1 year is probability of default. Okay. Now the question is, what is the risk weightage asset you are giving? This is very important, risk weightage asset. Take for example, first, loan given to central government, 0 risk. Loan guaranteed by central government, 0 risk. Loan given to state government, 0 risk. Loan guaranteed by state government, 20% risk. Unrated borrowers, corporate unrated borrowers above 5 crore, 150% risk weightage. Consumer credit, consumer loans, 100%. Credit card, 125%. Venture capital fund, 150%. Then staff loans where terminal benefits are backed up, 20%. Cash in other bank, 20% risk weightage. Then claims on ECGC, 20%. Claims on DICC, 0%. These are all the risk weightage assets. So this question, one question they may ask you about this LTV ratio means loan to value ratio. Loan to value ratio means you have to take the outstanding liability divided by, you have to take the present value of the security multiplied by 100. LTV ratio, loan to value ratio. It should not exceed 75% usually. LTV ratio, loan to value ratio. And then high quality assets, you know that that is divided by, that is a liquidity coverage ratio. NPA provision coverage ratio, minimum it should be 70%. NPA provision coverage ratio, it should be minimum 70%. So these are all regarding Basel is concerned. Now I'm coming to little bit, I'll talk about the balance sheet. Another half an hour I'll spend, 1:30 I'll wind up. So, you know, one question will be on balance sheet usually, but this is a high risk question you attempt in the end only. Because when you go to the examination tomorrow, first what you do, low risk questions you attempt. Don't waste your time because you have got very limited time. And you should be very fast. It is just like one-day match. Either you know the answer, you do not know the answer. There are only 2 options according to me. If you know the options, you don't read all the options. Why you should read all the options? When you are very confident of answering. So one thing is low risk questions you attempt first. Then you go for medium risk. Then you come to high risk. In high risk, I'm including balance sheet because you attempt it in the end only. Because if you take the first one, then it is very difficult because you become nervous and all that. So first simple questions you take. Go on ticking all taka tak taka tak, nothing. Just like so, you have to be very, very clear about that. That I'll talk to you later on. Under half an hour I'll spend for you. Okay. So now I'm taking to our balance sheet. See, balance sheet is one thing, though it is very simple, but there is one mental block is there that is very difficult like that. But let me see what I'll talk to on balance sheet. 1:30 I'll wind up the program. So what is balance sheet is very, first I tell you, you should understand three things. Simple, I tell you. Usually every trader has prepared three accounts he prepares. Simple. One is a trading account. One is profit and loss account. One is balance sheet. Simple. Trading account will give him what? Trading means what? He is making profit in buying and selling. Trading is buying and selling. He makes some profit. That profit is called as gross profit or gross loss. That is trading account over. That gross profit, gross loss, you have to transfer to P&L account. P&L account is all business expenses you debit, business incomes you credit. This account is very important. It will give you net profit or net loss. This net profit or net loss will go to balance sheet. Ultimately, it will go to capital account. If net profit is there, you add to the capital. If net loss is there, you minus in the capital. Very simple. Then you prepare the balance sheet. See, try to understand simple what I'm doing. Trading account will give you what? Gross profit, gross loss, over. P&L account will give you what? Net profit or net loss. Okay. Third one is what? Balance sheet. What is balance sheet? Balance sheet is a statement of affairs which contains liabilities and assets. Liabilities representing on the left side, assets representing on the right side. Very clear. Liability side means the amount which you have to give to outsiders. For example, capital. You can ask me why capital is a liability. I have, see, here you have to make a differentiation between myself and the firm. See, I have given the loan to the firm. Suppose think that is to be returned back anytime, is it not? So capital is a liability. Okay. In capital, any drawings are there, you deduct. Drawings means out of capital, I drawn some money for personal purpose. So capital is 1 lakh. 10,000 I have drawn for personal purpose. 90,000 net capital. In that some profit I have made, you add it to that. That is capital will show out. Capital, less drawings, add a net profit. Over, capital is over. Now the question here is, in balance sheet, you remember only three things. Simple it is. Three things you remember on the left side, liability side. What is that three things? One is the net worth. What is the net worth? Number two is what is called as a non-current liabilities. And it is very simple, I tell you. Third one is the current liabilities. You remember these three things. I will explain these three. It's very simple now. Take the first one, net worth. What is the net worth? Suppose I will ask you a question. What is your net worth? What you will tell? You will tell so much of capital. Now paid up capital I am having. So much capital I have invested in the business. It is my own money. Okay. So much of past profits are there. You know, so many years I have made profit. That is called accumulated profits, called as reserves. These reserves I have retained in the business only. I have not given it. I have not drawn it. That is called reserves. Reserves is nothing but accumulated profit of the previous year. One is the current year profit. One is the past year profit, which I have already retained in the business only. I have not drawn it. That is called reserves. Very simple. So capital, paid up capital is there. Yes. To this, you add this year profit. Yes. Plus previous year profit called reserves also you add to that. Reserves also you add to that. That is nothing but past profits. Now, if you ask me, this is only your, so what you have to add is paid up capital, add reserves, add current year profit, anything. That is a reserve. That is a tangible. This is called a net worth. But the question is, what is a tangible net worth means one more question will come. In that goodwill is to be minus. Goodwill is always on the asset side. Goodwill is to be minus, then it will give you the tangible net worth. Net worth, tangible net worth. So tangible, I told you, tangible. And in that, if goodwill is there, you minus it. That's all. This is called your own money. Remaining, it is own money. My capital is my own money. My current year profit is my own money. My reserves are my own. Reserves are also my own money only. Everything is there. I have invested in the business. Very good. This is one part. Second one is non-current liabilities. which are repayable more than 12 months. Very simple, 12 months. For example, I'm giving you a housing loan you are taken. So suppose you are taking, for example, you are taken a corporate housing loan. Repayment is 15 years, more than 12 months, non-current liabilities. All secured loans are more, see, whichever liability more than, it's very important, simple, more than 12 months, non-current liabilities. For example, housing loan, vehicle loan, term loan, debentures. Corporates, they take loan into form of debenture. 5 year, 10 year, more than 12 months, debentures, secured loans. Whichever payable more than 12 months, it's a non-current liability. Over. Simple. Then what about current liabilities which are repayable in 12 months? What are the 12 months? Bank OD, 12 months, okay. Sundry creditors, 12 months, okay. Then provision for taxes, bills payable, provision for taxes, proposed dividend, sundry creditors, bills payable, unclaimed dividend, all are bank OD within 12 months. Current liabilities, over balance sheet. Very simple. One is your net worth. Net worth means your own money. Remember, simple. One is non-current liabilities repayable beyond 12 months. One is repayable within 12 months. Current liabilities. Over. These are the three things you should remember first. Over. Now come on the asset side. Because balance sheet should tally means liability should be equal to assets. Asset side, let me talk about fixed assets, which are for permanent use. Land, building, machinery, vehicles. With all that depreciation and all that, they are fixed assets. Okay, keep it one side. Fixed assets. Another one is what? Non-current assets. Just like non-current liability, these assets are you have acquired holding for more than 12 months. They are called non-current assets. Another is current assets. Very important. Current asset means again 12 months only. For example, which are holding for 12 months only? Cash in hand. Immediate liquid. Cash at bank. Stock. Stock means if I sell that stock, I'll get the cash. Debtors. If I realize debtors, I'll get the cash. Immediately, either this liquid form or semi-liquid form. They are called current assets. Stock in trade, closing stock, cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, work in progress. They are all current assets. One is non-current assets, one is current assets, one is fixed assets, permanent use. Last one is intangible assets, like goodwill. Goodwill is intangible asset. Intangible, goodwill. Then preliminary expenses. Then net loss. See, net profit is net loss means it is recoverable. So that is why it is coming under this one. So these things you remember. So here, very simple balance sheet I tell you. One is the net worth over. Then second one is what? Non-current liabilities beyond 12 months. Okay. Current liabilities within 12 months over. Here what? Fixed assets, permanent use, land, building, machinery. Okay. Non-current assets more than 12 months. For example, investment in associates you have done. Wherever you are invested more than 12 months, non-current assets, simple. Current asset means within 12 months. What is that? Cash in hand, cash at bank, stock, debtors, work in progress. Okay. Then the intangible assets means goodwill, preliminary expenses, and then net loss over. Balance sheet tallied. Okay. Now this information you should know. So now now I'm coming to the ratio analysis. First, you should have these three things. Very simple, sir. Easily, I tell you now also, I'm telling you, enough time is there for you. Now take the first one I'll take. Now you understood what is that? So three items on the liability side. What is your one is your net worth, that is your own money, paid up capital, your free reserves, and your accumulated profits. And then if any goodwill is there, you have to minus it. Otherwise, don't do it. Then the secured loans are beyond 12 months, non-current liabilities, and within 12 months, current liabilities. Bank OD, sundry creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses, unclaimed dividend, provision for taxes, all within the. You have to make the payment within short term. Then fixed assets, non-current assets, current assets, intangible assets. 3 plus 4 or. Now come to the point. Ratio analysis. Take the first one, current assets. Current assets you know already, which are there. In the examination, they will give you. Current assets you take. You add now. What is that? I told you. Current asset means C only. Cash in hand. Take it. Examine they given cash in hand. Add it. Cash at bank. Okay. Sundry debtors. Debtors over stock. How do you remember like that? CCSS. Simple. Cash in hand, cash at bank, sundry debtors, stock. You remember this much. CCSS. Because simple, I'm just making it simple to you. C means cash in hand. C means cash at bank. S means sundry debtors. S means stock. Or work in progress, if it is there, you add it. These items you add it. This is current assets. Okay, divided by current liabilities. Current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liabilities. Now, what are current liabilities? I told you, repayable in 12 months. Which are those? I told you, bank OD, one year only given, sundry creditors, bills payable, provision for taxes, income received in advance. They are all repayable in 12 months. You add it. So now you add it. Sundry creditors, bank OD, bills payable, outstanding expenses, provision for taxes, proposed dividend, all. So current assets, you are added, current liabilities, you are divided, that will give you current ratio. This current ratio is determining the liquidity position of a unit. Liquidity. This is called current ratio. 1 mark you will get in this. They'll say, they'll give the information balance sheet and they'll say calculate current ratio. Now you say current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liabilities. Current assets is equal to cash in hand, cash at bank, CC plus SS. Cash in hand, cash at bank, stock and sundry debtors divided by current liability, CL. That is bank OD plus sundry creditors plus bills payable plus provision for taxes outstanding. If you divide current assets by current liabilities, you will get current ratio. Over. Next question is what is a quick ratio? Very simple. In quick ratio, what you do, current assets as it is you write, no change. In that you deduct stock because stock is always moving slow. You remove it. So current assets minus stock upon current liabilities is equal to quick ratio. Very clear, very simple. So once you know the current ratio, okay, very good. It is very easy for a quick ratio. It is also called as acid test ratio. So current ratio you understood, current assets upon current liabilities, that you understood. Now quick ratio is what? Current assets, same formula, minus stock, that's all, upon current liabilities is equal to quick ratio. It is ideally 1:1. Next is a net working capital. Net means after minusing. So see, current assets minus current liabilities is equal to net working capital. So 3 things I told you in this. 1 mark will get. One is current ratio, current assets upon current liabilities. Quick ratio, current asset minus stock upon current liabilities. Net working means after minusing, current CA minus CL is equal to net working capital. Okay. After that, another ratio they will ask you, D ratio, debt equity ratio. Here it is very simple. This ratio is deciding the solvency position of a unit. Current ratio, liquidity position. D ratio, solvency position. Now, what is the D ratio? I tell you, simple. D means you take here long-term debt. Long-term debt means non-current liabilities you have to take. Debt means long-term debt you have to take here. Now, long-term debt, I already told you, secured loans, debentures, more than 12 months, they are coming under here. Now, long-term debt versus equity. Equity means your own money. I told you your own money is what? Paid up capital plus your reserves minus goodwill. That is your own money. Now the question is, if you are having 1 rupee your own money, how much you can borrow long-term loan? 2:1. If 1 rupee I am having my own money, I can borrow 2 rupees. The ideal ratio is 2:1. That is called a very simple D ratio. It is called. So what you do, if they ask you D ratio, you take only non-current liabilities only. That's all. Non-current liabilities means more than 12 months. Term loans you take, debentures you take, and you put that. Equity means your own money. Your own money means your capital. That already arrived. Your capital is there, resource is there, that you take. If your capital and equity, your equity is 1 rupee, you can take how much maximum loan? Twice of that you can take. That is called a D ratio. Debt equity. The third one is another ratio is called as a tall versus a T&W. Tall means you add all the liabilities. See, in D ratio, I'm taking only long-term liabilities only. Am I right? I'm taking non-current liability. In tall means total liability versus tangible net worth. Total means you take both current liabilities, non-current liabilities divided by tangible net worth. Tangible net worth means your own money. Your own money. So if you take all the liabilities, current, non-current, and divided by tangible net worth, that is called as another liability. That is called tall versus T&W. Here I take, see, the difference is in D ratio, I taken non-current liabilities only. Here I am taking current and non-current liabilities. I am adding. That is called, this is another ratio. The third ratio is called a debt service coverage ratio. Usually it is used in the case of fixing the repayment in LHP and all that. It is ideally it is 1.75, at least 2:1 is good. Debt service coverage ratio. The formula for that is net profit after tax plus interest on term loan. That is given in the problem only, plus depreciation, again divided by interest on term loan. So numerator, denominator is cancelled, plus principal repayment installments. If you calculate this formula, net profit after tax plus interest on term loan plus depreciation, again divided by interest on term loan plus principal repayable installment. If you apply this formula, you will get DSCR, debt service coverage ratio. It is the overall ratio is 1.75 is okay. Okay. Debt service coverage ratio. This one they will ask you. So they may ask you on current ratio, simple, current assets upon current liabilities. Quick ratio, current asset minus stock upon current liabilities. Net working capital means what? CA minus CL. D ratio means what? You take only non-current liabilities versus tangible net worth. TOL means total, both current liabilities, non-current liabilities versus tangible net worth. Tangible net worth means your own money. Then DSCR means what? Net profit after tax plus interest on term loan plus depreciation upon interest on term loan plus principal repayable installment. Next one is a fixed asset coverage ratio means, fixed asset means what? Already given in the problem, land and building. Fixed assets fixed assets are financed through term loan. So fixed assets divided by outstanding term loan into 100 is equal to fixed asset coverage ratio you are getting, because fixed assets are financed through term loan only. So what is the net fixed asset? Net fixed asset means what? Gross minus depreciation. It is called net. It is divided by outstanding term loan you take. What is the liability outstanding? So that is a next one is the gross profit ratio. Whatever ratio is there, first you put it. Gross profit. Name is gross profit. Put it first, gross profit. Divided by net sales into 100. You will get gross profit ratio. Next is the net sales ratio. Again, put whichever is there, first you put it. Net sales upon net sales into divided by sales into 100. You do it. Next one is a debtors velocity ratio means, suppose if I finance credit sales, how much time I will take to recover the money? That is called a debtors velocity ratio. For that, the formula will be what? Debtors velocity ratio is equal to, you take the sales upon debtors into 360 days. If you want in days, 360. But if you want months, 12 months you multiply. Debtors velocity ratio. Another is creditors velocity ratio means purchases I have made. How much? See, the analogy is simple. How much time you take in collecting your debtors? How much time you take in making payment of your creditors? Very simple. In other words, both you should be prompt also. Okay, debtors velocity ratio, how much time you take to collect the debtors? Creditors velocity ratio, how much time you take to make the payment? Creditors means creditors ratio, I told you, debtors velocity, creditors velocity, D ratio, current assets. So these are the simple 2 or 3 ratios they will ask you to calculate. You be very clear in that. Attempt in the end only, and 2 or 3 marks will be there, not more than that. Okay, this is regarding the balance sheet ratio part I told you. So company balance sheets are prepared as per the Companies Amendment Act 2013, and the bank balance sheets are prepared as per the BR Act. We are preparing the separate for that, because bank balance sheets are prepared separately, company balance sheets are prepared separately. So one ratio questions, current ratio they will ask you, current assets upon current liabilities. Quick ratio, current asset minus stock upon current liabilities. D ratio, long-term debt versus your non-current liabilities. One is a TOL means total, current plus non-current versus tangible. One is a DSCR, net profit after tax, plus interest on term loan, plus depreciation upon interest on term loan repayment. Gross profit ratio, gross profit upon net sales into 100. Debtors velocity, debtors upon sales into 100. Creditors velocity, creditors upon purchase into 360 or 12 months. Whatever you apply it. Simple. Fixed asset coverage ratio means net fixed assets upon outstanding term liability into 100. So this is one question is there. So that I already talked to you about balance sheet also. And now I'm coming to the end of, I think almost general banking we covered and all that. And cash shortage, all those products, financial, anything we have covered exhaustively. Almost all topics we have covered, and little bit on 5-10 minutes general banking. Let me go for that. Now RBI governor, you know, Shaktikant Das is there. He is appointed for a period of 3 years. Repo rate and reverse repo rate is decided by RBI only. There is the RBI Monetary Policy Committee is there. It consists of how many members? 6 members are there. Then positive paycheck, one question may ask. Last year, 1/1/2021, it was implemented. 50,000, it is not required. 5 lakh, it is optional. Above 5 lakh, it is mandatory. Positive paycheck system. Above 5 lakh, you have to give all the details to the bank before issuing the check. That's very important. And another thing is, bouncing of the check also, one question they may ask you. Now the bouncing of the check, supposing that if the 2 people are authorized signatories and one has signed the check, to that extent, that person who has signed the check is only responsible. Bouncing of the check comes under which section? Section 30, 138 to 147. Now bouncing of the check is considered as an offense. Now one question is there, 143A, interim compensation you have to give. How much? Supposing that if I issued a check of 1 crore, I bounced it, then I have to give immediately compensation, I have to give 20%. That is section 143A, interim compensation, but it is not mandatory. But 20% interim compensation, bouncing of the check is to be given. That is one question they may ask you. Then the fraud related, 50 crore and above, it is applicable no for all common guidelines, that is there up to 50 crore. That is again going to come. Staff accountability matters, common guidelines for all the public sector bank. Now again, one more thing there, what they are told is that up to earlier that 50 crore that is there, no advisory, now they have reduced it to 3 crore. This is also guidelines have come, 3 crore guidelines. Then which banks have been brought under the control of RBI directly now? That is a Urban Cooperative Bank have been brought under the control of RBI directly. Insurance coverage is how much now? It is 5 lakh and 12 paise per 100 is the premium is that, okay. And DICC premium, I told you about that. Insurance is there. Then this card details, so whatever the details are, that is also postponed from 1/1/2022 is concerned. It is already postponed is there. Now the IBA chairman is recently is appointed is there. AK Goyal is the IBA chairman is there. That is the IBA chairman is AK Goyal is there. So this is one thing. And executive, then SPI, it is Dinesh Khara is there. There are 12 public sector banks are there in India. Only one bank is under PCA, that is Central Bank of India. It is under PCA. Payment bank means they can accept CASA, how much? 2 lakh rupees, but they are not lending anything. Small finance bank, that means 50% of the lending should be within 25 lakh rupees. RRBs, you know that it is again rural bank. Every state should have one RRB, should be there. That is also there. Regarding the fraud matters are concerned, I told you, fraud matters are to be reported within 24 hours. If it is a 1 lakh fraud, you have to report to local, that is a CBI, you have to lodge the FIR with the local police. Above 1 lakh to 3 crore, local CID. Above 3 crore, you can report to CBI. Above 3 crore, frauds are to be reported to CBI. That is also one thing is a change is also there. And these questions and 12 public sector banks, I told you that merger last time it has happened. So all those things, some questions they will ask you general also. I do not know about updating the economy. GDP is going at 9.2 to 9.5% GDP is going now. And COVID has affected, of course, some questions they will ask you here and there and all that. But one important thing, very happy news is that the curfew is relaxed now from today onwards. And tomorrow you can go very freely and all that. So I'm coming to the end of the program now because already I exhausted my everything information I've given. But I'm very happy that I was able to share whatever is there in my mind. So that my lectures today, these lectures again you revise it. Because one thing I tell you today, it is 1:30, I'm winding up. So you can have a small break. You can have some rest and you can have some tea and all that. But don't exhaust yourself today. Because usually what we do in the last day only we exhaust, but that will affect our tomorrow's performance. Today you should relax today as much as possible, and you have a good food, light food. You can go take a nap also, and then have a tea also at 4 o'clock like that. Aram say in a very jovial mood you have to see one thing. You should enjoy your studies. You should enjoy your exams also, because it should not be a burden for you. See, tomorrow, what is important is you should enjoy your exams. Okay, 4 o'clock you again, whatever today I have given, no, I think this will be, it is in the YouTube also. You just listen these lectures again and again. 2 or 3 times you listen, it is enough. And tomorrow your exam is in the afternoon, is there, 3 p.m. So even morning also you can revise. You need not do anything again. Don't read any circulars and all that henceforth. Don't read any materials henceforth. Don't go anything. Whatever I have recorded now, just now, entirely I covered to the best of my ability and capability. You have to listen to these lectures 2 or 3 times. Again, you revise. That's all. You listen, listen, listen. That's all. Now the question is tomorrow your examination. So today up to 10 o'clock, you can study. Go to a sleep. Have a nice sleep. Sound sleep. Sleep. Sound sleep means sleep and create sound for others. Okay. Then morning you get up around say 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you get up. Be very fresh. Today you should take a maximum sleep, 8 hours or 10, because sleep is most important. You should not deprive of your sleep because, and then tomorrow you get up as usual, 7 o'clock and all that. Another time, 2 hours, if you want to just listen to these lectures and all that. Okay. 10 o'clock, everything is, whatever you want to do it, 11. Then you have your light food because examination is there far away. It may be there. I do not know that. You have collected all that. You should reach the advance 1 or 2 hours before because Bangalore traffic you cannot take for granted. That is also there. You should reach in advance at least 1 hour. And after reaching the venue, don't discuss anything with anybody else because nobody knows anything. Everybody is confused people only. They will further confuse you. So don't discuss anything there. Go with an open mind as if you are going to a marriage function. Be very relaxed one. Be relaxed one. And one thing you always say to yourself, I'm very confident and I will get maximum marks in this test. Yes. And then I told you, you have read, you are revised, you have to remember and you have to reproduce. See, most important tomorrow is a 3 to 5 or 4:30. That 100 questions or 105 minutes, very vital for you. Even though you have read exhaustively, but again, don't get confused. Be very confident, be very positive, relax yourself, and then go with an. Then when you sit in the examination, they will give the questions. 4 or 5 questions will be there. 5 multiple questions will be there. First, read the question. Don't attempt immediately. Understand the question. What the question? What the answer? Read all the options. Sometimes, for example, nomination. Nomination is given for a deposit, locker, answer all the above. Answer all the above. Click it. Sometimes any of the above will be there. Sometimes none of the above will be there. None of the above will be there. That is also important. None of the above means you have to go. For example, I'm just asking you a question. Now this yesterday we played against 2 matches we have played. Okay. In that, who did not play for India? Some questions they may ask you like that. म्यूट झाले. समजले. Hello. So I So another 2 minutes. So you have to relax, read all the options. First attempt low risk questions, then go for medium risk, and then attempt the high risk questions. All questions you have to answer because there is no negative valuation. And be very cool, very confident, be very positive. And I wish you all the best. I'm sure that you will all come out with flying colors. And I want that you should all get the highest number of marks and you should go for your interview. I take this opportunity to thank profusely the CBOA team, especially the Bangalore unit, Uday Lodaya, that our Vice President, and also our dynamic CBOA, our General Secretary, Mr. G. Ravi Kumar, and our mentor is our Manimaran Ji, and all the Bangalore unit. They have done a wonderful program. So it was a pleasure and privilege to associate this. Whatever I know, I have shared with you. And tomorrow your exams are there. Be very confident. I'm sure that each one will come out with a high marks, high flying marks. I wish you all the best. God bless all of you. Thank you one and all. Do not.
Okay. Good friends. I, on behalf of CBOA, Bangalore unit, and myself, Sham Sundar here, I thank our Saokar mom for his contribution for helping all of you, making you very comfortable for writing exams tomorrow. Wish you all the best for all the participants. And I once again thank our Saokar mom for his valuable time spending to the participant and giving the good lecture to the all the participants. Thank you. Thank you.